All right, check, check, check. Just doing an audio check, making sure everything's working. Just warming up, guys. Check, check, check. Audio check. Testing, testing. All right, I think we're good. Technical issues. We're just warming up, guys. Oh, awesome. We got a couple people waiting. Hey, thanks for waiting. So just making sure everything's working. And welcome back to the show. Yeah, welcome to the live stream 10. Q&A. That means questions and answers. Oh my goodness. I'm excited. Wearing my barong. Wearing my barong. So, it's actually not a bad day today. It was a nice sunny day. And, I wanted to wear a barong. It's actually winter time in Australia. It's actually been quite cool or quite cold. So, anyway, here I am. Very happy. I am very happy to see all of you or to be here. I've just been very busy working. So that's why I finally wanted to do a live stream. I'm hoping to do them every month. I wanted to do them more, actually, but just been busy working, and that's a good thing. I'm very happy and grateful to have some work, or to have a bit of work at the moment. But it's just a very intense time, meaning there's lots of stuff to do. So just been focused on that. And even now, even on the weekends, I keep working or I keep doing follow-up stuff. Just, again, I'm not complaining. I'm very grateful. Very grateful to have some work and to have things going well, but just focus on that, obviously. Yeah, there's only so much you can do. There's only so many hours in the day. Who we got? Hey, Doyle. Hey, Doyle. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Cool. We're just warming up, guys. Welcome. Welcome. We are live. So I'll just keep warming up here. Guys, you got to hit subscribe and the notification bell. There's actually a little bell symbol on YouTube. You've got to hit that to get the notifications. Even when you do, YouTube doesn't necessarily update you or do it in a timely fashion. So it's common. It's happening to all channels. All channels across the board are having this problem. So even when they have like 100,000, 200,000 subs, people don't really see their content. It's just something weird going on with the algorithm, the artificial intelligence they use. So yeah, hit the bell notification if you want to get the notices. Obviously, hit subscribe and let me know too. Lets me know, who's subscribed and what's going on. Hey, Dino, good to hear from you, brother. Thanks for joining us, man. Always good to hear from you. Dino's cool. He's from Australia too. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to finally be catching up. I've just been busy working. All right, so let's keep going. I'll post some of these now. You guys can check out the Facebook page, the B Adventures Facebook page. The reason why I've already posted all of the links and info there. So if you want to see that way, you can go check them out. And that way I don't have to keep posting too many links here. I don't think YouTube likes it. I was actually playing with it. I don't think they like it when you post links, even when it's my own channel. But anyway, that way you guys don't get overwhelmed. You can always ask me too if there's a topic you're interested in or you want the link. Just tell me, I'll post it either here or you can check it out on my Facebook or on my community tab. On my main YouTube channel, I have a community tab and you'll see other things that I post on there. Alrighty. Yeah, and I'll post a link to the Facebook page so you guys know what it is. I know it's not everyone, but there's a link there just to the Facebook page if you don't know what it is or you haven't seen it yet. And same thing, I'm posting updates and pictures, and it's also easier to chat to people, communicate. Facebook is excellent for communication, so that's why it's still popular. Also, guys, thank you so much for reaching 20,000 subscribers. Let's go for 30,000. Yeah, so that's the next milestone. So yeah, big thank you to all of you for subscribing and supporting the channel. I've just been cleaning it up because I've obviously been busy working, and we'll talk about travel later. I'm sure that's going to be a great popular questions. Yeah, I've just been cleaning it up too. Cleaning up just the back end, meaning be it the equipment, the cameras, editing. Also, there's a certain things you do to manage your channel. I've been going through doing those things, cleaning it up a bit more, just making it a bit nicer. It's the stuff no one does, really. It's like, not to say that, how can I say it? The new channels, especially the small ones, they don't get it. Like, They don't consolidate. That's what I'm trying to say. You can expand. Everyone wants to expand and grow and get sales, so to speak. This can be applied to many things. Everyone wants sales and growth because they're key words. You know, people get all erected and excited, over erected. They forget consolidation. Consolidation means when you bring things home and you bring it all together and get organized. So you can't always expand all the time, and you can't always consolidate all the time. You got to do both. So it's the same in business, as you told. You know, I'm a businessman. So yeah, it's the same with many things. You know, a lot of people grow their channels, but they don't consolidate, or they grow their social media, be it Instagram, Facebook, but they forget to consolidate, or they don't even know about it. Yeah, and the same in business. You know, you're sending out all these salespeople, and people are being pushed for sales in such jobs, but they don't consolidate, and they usually fail because they expand too fast, and then they didn't get organized. So you know, no one's answering the phone, no one's answering the email. Anyway, I'm just blabbing on, but just to get warmed up, as you can tell. Bit of energy. I had a good lunch. I had some really nice buffalo wings, chicken, just spicy chicken pieces. Spicy chicken pieces. It was good though. Tasty. Alrighty. So, you know what? I'll just post the links. We'll just see if it works. So I was really happy to hear about this. There's a solar farm built up in, I think, Tarlac. Now, that's actually near Pampanga or near Angeles City or Angeles City. And they built a solar farm, and they've been going hard. Yes, it's the Philippines Tarlac Corporation. So Solar Philippines Tarlac Corporation, good on them. And they're supplying energy to Manila Electric Co. or Meralco is the acronym. Manila Electric Co. Meralco. So the point is, look, good on them for doing that. And it's lowered electricity rates. See, I'm just trying to get this going. Hold on, guys. Yep. Yeah, it's helped lower electricity. So very practical. It's one, they need it. Developing country, you know, so any power generation or energy resource is important. You know, blackouts, brownouts, power outages. But yeah, so it's helped lower the cost of electricity because they still have traditional power plants, just say whatever, coal. But yeah, just having that extra bit of backup, the solar farm, yeah, it's making a big difference. And of course, Philippines is a very hot, sunny country. So good on them. Good on them. My barong. And who we got here? Arshi. Arshi sign. Hey man, thanks for joining us. Dimples Life. Hey Dimples. What a name. Right. All right. Yeah, just getting warmed up, guys, and just sharing some of the news. San Mig Holdings Corporation. That's San Mig Light. They're famous for their beers. You know, San Mig Light, San Mig. What else is it? Pilsen. San Miguel Corporation. SMHC is to build the Bulacan Airport. The Bulacan Airport. So yeah, that's from Department of Transport, not tourism. Department of Transport. So it's good. I'm not criticizing. I'm just sharing the news because no one wants to do it. You know, it's very expensive and time-consuming to build an airport. They've committed. Apparently they've committed, and apparently they're starting construction. Now that could mean anything, whether it's leveling the land, surveying, starting to pour concrete. We don't know. I don't particularly mind. Meaning, I don't want them to rush it. I want them to build a modern and professional and safe airport. But good on them. Yeah, good on San Miguel Corporation. I mean it. And good on the Bulacan Airport and Department of Transport. Because they all have to work together, you see. So they've been waiting for this airport for a long time. And the reason why Manila's NAIA is overcapacity. So already overcapacity. They're trying to send traffic to Pampanga Clark Airport in Pampanga. There was talk about reopening Subic Airport. I'm not sure if that's even possible. I don't think they will. And there's also of course talk of building a brand new Clark City. That's what they call it, New Clark City, meaning a whole new city, an airport for the Clark area. That's going to take years, obviously. Yeah, Doyle. Yeah, he's saying free beer to visitors. So because San Miguel Corporation is a beer company, they're obviously diversifying and expanding, which is actually very wise. Meaning they can have other investments, they can have other business. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, so San Miguel will build an airport. We will get free beer, and we'll say cheers. People will come into the airport. Cheers! You know? That'd be funny. That'd be cool. So yeah. Anyway, look, good on them for doing it because they actually do need the infrastructure. At least someone is doing it. That's the problem. You see, no one wanted to commit. No one wanted to spend the money and build up. So good on them. Build, build, build. That's been the current administration slogan because they need infrastructure. So they want to focus on building, and that's the right way to go. That's exactly what they should have been doing. So yeah, good on them. Good on them. You know, it was nice to hear some good news, and to hear things are developing. It takes time, but look, they're doing it. It's very nice. Now I got a bit of a controversial one. I do want to share it because it is important. Now this Laguna mayor, and I actually met some people from Laguna here in Australia. I was having a chat to them. All right, so this Laguna mayor, he faces raps for infecting his partner with STDs. Raps mean he's actually up for legal charges because he knowingly had STDs, you know, sexually transmitted diseases. I believe herpes and chlamydia, or whatever. Right? He had the disease, and he knowingly spread it around. So this does bring up an important point, guys. Use protection, okay? Use protection. Use a condom. No, it's important. Look, Archie, thanks for telling me. Archie's saying, shh, take it easy, you know. But it is important. Thanks, Archie. Thanks for telling me. All right, no disrespect, because not everyone is getting the sex education. All right, it's important to use protection. Please just use a condom for goodness sake. Yeah, wear a wetsuit. Doyle saying, yep, exactly. No glove, no love. That's the old saying, right? No glove, no love. All right, use protection. So the point is, even this guy is a mayor. He's a connected, powerful person. He's facing legal charges, and rightly so, because he knowingly infected other people, including his wife. He's been sleeping around, obviously. So clearly, we also have a very embarrassing affair, very embarrassing situation for them. But it's beyond that. It's that serious, right? Also, HIV/AIDS is on the rise in Philippines. I believe it's still rising. So look, hey, there's a lot of problems, right? Don't let it get worse. Don't let it be a problem, right? Get educated, research this stuff, learn about it. I mean it. Even here in the West, in Australia or America, I've had friends who don't really know much about it. Meaning, sometimes they don't use protection, or they're not very educated on sex education or sexually transmitted disease. So yeah, look, it's important. It's important, and don't be embarrassed. You know, in privacy, you can Google it on your computer, Google it on your phone. Look it up, right? I don't know why people get so butthurt they have to actually look things up sometimes. You know, back in the day we read books. As you can see, I've read a lot of books. It was much harder for me growing up and studying. I had to read paper books. Now we got digital. We got information at our fingertips, right here on the phone, right? So you shouldn't get so butthurt. Don't be afraid to learn. As you can tell, I've done a lot of study. Those are business books, business and law. That's another story. Paul, hey, Paul. Paul Ellis is saying you're missing the Philippines a lot. Yeah, I know, brother. I know. I really want to go back. We'll talk more about that. And guys, yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions. But that is a common question. People ask about it. Just ignore. You know what? I'm just gonna bring this around. I'm fidgeting. Yeah, just bring that around. Yeah, people kept asking. Yeah, I want to clarify that and talk more about it. But hey, cool. People are talking about it. Okay, yeah, Doyle saying October. Well, funny you say that, because I was looking at some flight sales. Yeah, I was looking at some flight sales, but some things got me. So let me keep going with the news. Yeah, let's say concise. Let's keep going. Now, there's also some green and sustainable powers by EDC. They're a company, EDC, Geothermal Energy and Watershed Resources. Now, what that means is geothermal, like hot rock, you know, like volcanic, little volcanoes or heat coming from these volcanic areas. You can harvest that energy and make a power plant. So that's what these guys have done. I'm just putting it out there because I didn't know someone was actually doing it. Scientists and writers talk about it all the time. Oh, wouldn't it be cool to harvest hot rock? They call it hot rock, meaning just areas that are hot, you know, volcanic areas. You don't even need to drill to the lava. You just need to drill down a little bit where it's hot. It will boil water. The water can, the steam will turn a turbine, and that creates electricity. So you can have an electric generator. It's the same. That works the same with most power plants, meaning coal, gas, nuclear. They usually turn a turbine, and that turbine will power an electric generator. So anyway, the point is, yeah, this company's actually been doing it. I believe they're in Mindanao. I believe they're in far south Philippines. But yeah, they're actually doing geothermal energy and watershed resources, meaning watershed, when the water goes down like a waterfall, as it goes down the watershed, it can also turn hydroelectric, or they can again harvest the water to use in the thermal generators. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I just found that very interesting. They're doing it. So good on them again. At least we're seeing a bit more infrastructure building, like energy development, energy stability. It's a very big problem. I mean, many of you guys know brownouts or power outages are very common. I'm not saying that to diss anyone. It happens because there's power outages. So I like that they're finding sustainable solutions. It's not just that they're green, big greenie. No, it's that they need this stuff to work. They need the technology to work. So if solar works long term, great. If geothermal works long term, great. Or hydroelectric. Yeah, they need development. They need the infrastructure. So good on them. Good on them. And I'm glad. Look, because if that project goes well, they can share the project. They can build another one in Luzon or another one in Cebu. You see what I mean? So yeah, good on them. Okay. Paul is saying I missed the buy to get one free seat sale with Pacific. Yeah, I heard about that. I gotta say, man, I don't trust it. I don't trust those sales, because I do plus extra. Cebu Pacific, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't checked recently, so that I'll make a note. I'll check. At least for me in Australia, when I log into the website and try to book, they always do plus extra. It's like a scam. You have to pay extra this fee, the surfboard fee, this fee, that fee. It's crap. And it's so annoying. You have to go through the tool and unselect all those extra options. Otherwise, you'll pay for things unnecessarily. Like, I'm not kidding. It actually says surfboard fee, this fee, that fee. It's stupid. So, yeah, they always advertise that. Oh, flight sale from Australia, Sydney, Melbourne, blah, 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 blah. And then you click on the link, the advertisement, and then you go through it, and then it's like double the price, or it's $50 more expensive or $100 more expensive. They really need to modernize. And same with Philippine Airlines. Philippine Airlines PAL isn't that bad, but if they actually advertise the real price, it would turn up on global scanners like Webjet, Skyscanner. These brokers. There's websites that show you the flight sales or the flight price. That's why they're not internationally competitive. They shoot themselves in the foot because they do false advertising. They don't tell you the real price. The travel brokers, the search engine won't pick it up, including Google. Google can't pick it up because they don't tell you the real price. Stupid. So there you go. Cebu Pacific. Anyone from Cebu Pacific or PAL, pass that on, that feedback. You guys need to advertise the real price because internationally you won't get the advertising. They're doing it for free for everyone else. They get free advertising. When you advertise the real price, it will go into the internet search. Because Cebu Pacific doesn't always do that, and also PAL sometimes. PAL's pretty good actually. PAL does turn up in the search, I'm pretty sure, because they've got onto that more modern, more international standard. Yeah. So yeah, Ashley's saying he didn't know Cebu Pacific exists. Oh look, they're very popular. Don't get me wrong. I use them locally. I would not hesitate to use them locally. But it's just so annoying they don't advertise the real price, and it's not accurate. So you only know once you book it and pay for it. If you take my meaning, it's just ridiculous, very behind, and I think very disingenuous the way they do it because they don't tell you the real price. There's always plus extra, plus taxes, blah blah blah. But you only see later when you pay. Excuse me, when you pay for it. Anyway, so let's move on. But yeah, good. Okay, good point. Who was that? That was Paul. Yes. See, I went on a long one there. Thanks, Paul. And but look, see, you're not missing much, brother. That's all I'm trying to say. You use what works. You also got Air Asia, other airlines. Depends on where you're flying from too. Whether it's from Singapore or Australia or US or whatever. Let's keep going. Arshi's saying use Webjet or something. Yeah, I use Webjet just as a search engine. I don't necessarily book through that. Sometimes I do. But yeah, it's a great search engine. But I heard there's another one, Skyscanner. There's an international one. A lot of people use Skyscanner and stuff like that. But yeah, look, shop around. You don't have to use one. Use whatever works. And sometimes it turns up on different ones. Some are better for certain carriers than others. Paul Ellis is saying, yes, got to be careful. I got Sydney to Cebu. Return last year, 480 sale. Are you serious, brother? $480 Australian. I guess that's what he means. Is that what you mean? 480 return. That's a smoking deal. Damn, man. Damn, yeah, I would have jumped on that too. I would have gone over there for a quick trip or something, just for a long weekend or something. Yeah, cool. But I mean, I believe it. But was that the real price, or was there taxes after that? Yeah, 480 return. You're saying, but that's no food, huh? No food, no luggage. See what I mean? Like, by the time you add food and luggage, it's a long flight, 8 hours. I'm not even sure how long your flight was, but usually with PAL, it's 8 hours. Yeah, no food. You're saying. Yeah, cool. Don't worry, I'm not razzing you, Paul. These are all good details. 480. Yeah, cool. But no food, so I guess you got to bring your own snacks. Luggage, 20 kilos. Yep, okay. Yeah, that works for me. I usually carry about 20 kilos. I try to travel light, so meaning less. 17 kilos, 18, Yeah, that would work for me. And I guess no food. I'll just be starving and complaining, I guess you could can you bring your own food on? Maybe you could bring some fast food, some takeaway or something. That's common. People come on board with McDonald's and sandwiches and stuff on flights like that. Yeah. But 8 hours is a long time, man. No food. You can buy on the plane. Yep. Oh, you can buy on the plane. Yep. Yep. Don't get me wrong. I actually think that's where the industry is going, meaning, especially with the technology, if the aircraft get faster, you won't need food. And then secondly, it's just to save weight. It's not actually to save just money. Aircraft are very sensitive to weight, obviously, right? Because they fly in the air. So just by reducing the weight, it would actually make a difference to the travel time, the stability, the cargo. It means they can carry more cargo, So I actually think that's what will happen in future. The airplanes will get faster and more advanced, better technology. And the flight times should hopefully be reduced because, of course, we're always in a rush. We want faster flight times, but just for efficiency, yeah. Cebu Pacific. I mean, that's what's happening now. That's why we're talking about these budget flights with Cebu Pacific. What's the other one? Southwest Airlines, I think, in America. Southwest. They literally call them an air bus, meaning no fuss. You just jump on like a bus, and the airplane takes off. The airplane, their company policy must be in the air as many hours as possible. So you see what I mean? They don't want aircraft sitting on the ground. They want people on that aircraft taking off as soon as possible. So yeah, it's becoming a thing. Obviously, budget carriers, but let's keep going. Dina saying Cebu Pacific 169 one way from Melbourne to Manila promo. Yeah, look, I looked into it. It's quite amazing. For some reason, I think it's to do with the taxes and fees that the airports charge. And I think Melbourne Airport purposely lowered their taxes and fees to try and get more business. So that's why you see promotions coming out of Melbourne for the international friends. Melbourne City. Melbourne. We say Melbourne, mate. You got to say bruh, Melbourne, bruh. But anyway, yeah. So Melbourne Airport apparently there's a lot of flight sales coming out of there, but that's why Brisbane Airport's so expensive. They're very silly. Brisbane needs to improve. Brisbane charges a very high fee to land and use their airport. They charge like extra taxes and all this stuff. So that's why it's very expensive to fly to Brisbane City up north. So they're very silly. Brisbane should really fix that because they're losing a lot of business. So that's why it doesn't make sense. Like, why would it be cheaper in Melbourne than Brisbane? Because Brisbane is at the top of Australia. So that's closer to Southeast Asia. So you would think geographically it's closer and faster to fly from Brisbane, which is true. But it's just because of internally they charge a lot of fees. So I can't remember what they call it, like a levy? I think it's a levy, airport levy. They charge an airport levy or just a very expensive airport fee. So they skip Brisbane and they go to Sydney and Melbourne. That's why Sydney and Melbourne have more affordable flights. And also they're popular airports already. They're already established. But yeah, look, I wish Brisbane would improve because I'd love to fly from there or I'd visit there more, if flights were more affordable. Anyway, let's keep going. Brisbane's a very nice city though, by the way. I like Brisbane. It's a very nice city. Very beautiful up in Queensland. Let's keep going. Best price we got was 500. 499.98. North Calzone. Hey, North Calzone, just to say hello. He got what? SFO to San Francisco to Manila in 2017. Philippine Airlines. Yeah. No, I remember that time because I was flying Philippine Airlines at that time too. They had multiple sales. Like I got the email. They had so many sales. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they had San Francisco and LA. Yeah, and I covered it. I covered the airport. I covered Naya in season 4, and I covered the flight to LA in the airport. So yeah, meaning they were trying to increase traffic. They were trying to get more flights to LA and San Francisco, and that way it brings down the cost, a bit more popular. Yeah, cool. And it's a long flight. Yeah, it's a very long flight to America. So anyway, Graham saying I usually pay around 1,200 to 1,400 return from Perth to Clark. Oh wow, hey Graham. Yeah, okay. Right, so you fly directly there. Good on you. Because Perth is Western Australia. You see, that's on the other side of the country. I'm on the east coast. You know, I'm near Sydney. So yeah, thanks for sharing. That's good feedback, especially for other people from WA. And okay, that's cool though. You get to go directly to Clark. Yeah, you can skip Manila and skip all the traffic. Yeah. All right. So look, gosh, I got to keep. Excuse me. I got to keep going. But good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Ashi's saying he doesn't pay for flights. Yeah, what your parents pay for them or something. That's okay. That's okay, Ashi. Ashi's young. Be nice, guys. But I like how you're all chatting away. All right, just be nice to each other. I'll keep going with the news. Angat Dam. Angat or Angat, forgive my pronunciation, is Manila's dam, and it's been suffering drought. So believe it or not, Manila has been in severe drought. It's the biggest city, Metro Manila. So this is very serious, guys. This is very serious. So they finally got a little bit of rain, a little bit of water, not much. They're still in drought, meaning they still have to ship in water as well. It's really bad. Some places, have very severe water restrictions, and they're having to bring in water, and it's very expensive and very inconvenient. You know. So anyway, Angat Dam finally rose just a little bit because they were losing so much water. At least it rose a little. And then Bustos Dam is the dam for water irrigation in Bulacan and Pampanga. Pampanga is like Angeles, you know. So yeah, at least Bustos Dam has a bit more water for Bulacan and Pampanga, and the reason why these are all near each other, right? So at least that Luzon and that Manila area is getting a bit more water. But yeah, I was worried about that, so that changed my plans too, because when I was thinking of going at the start of the year, it was severe drought, very severe drought. So think about it. I mean, it sucks because there's water restrictions, and you know it's hard for everyone. So maybe not the best time. But yeah, look. So anyway, at least they're getting a little bit more water in Manila, and Bustos Dam for Bulacan and Pampanga is getting a lot more. That's actually getting a lot more water. So we'll see. We will see. Now Australia, this is important. Australia is going through a super drought. Australia is currently going through a super drought. A lot of people don't appreciate it. It's truly a super drought, meaning it's a worst drought in 120 years type of thing. Or it happens every 120 years. You know, that's why they put this title on it. They're calling it the 1 in 120 years super drought in Australia. Now, the reason why this is important, it's actually built up over time. So especially, I found some very immature people laughing. Who cares? You know, the Australians, they didn't care. And that's why I'm posting this article. It's so sad because it has built up over many years, meaning drought and then a bit of rain, drought, bit of rain. So it's going to take a long time to catch up. So hopefully we get a bit more rain, a bit more wet seasons. We're going to need many more wet seasons to recover. But yeah, it's really hurting farmers. It's closing down farms. It's a big deal because that affects our food supply. So it's not just our water supply, our food supply. That means the cost of living is going to go up. So for people who don't care, they're going to care when food becomes more expensive and everything's more expensive, and water and everything's expensive. So yeah, that's really going to impact the whole of Australia very badly. So the whole of Australia is suffering this. So we have water. It's just that it keeps shrinking. Yeah, so we're going to have to do more. We're going to have to do more in future. We're going to have more water restrictions and do more for our farmers, because as much as people don't care about them, we need them. I think they're incredibly important because we need our food source, and more of them are closing down and moving to town. So I've met some, really nice country people, like even a young guy. He's young, he's a country boy. He moved to town just to find more people. He was lonely. he liked the countryside. He was just lonely, so he moved to town. But yeah, cool guy. But he's saying, it's just becoming more and more common that people are moving to town. Excuse me. Okay, so I'll catch up on a few more comments. This is great, guys. It's great to see and hear from you all. Yep. Oh, North Cal said he recently bought the same route for $869 this coming December. So I think he's talking about San Francisco to Manila. I think that's what he's referring to. He's from America. Cool, man. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, and prices go up over time. Fuel costs, taxes, this and that, different promos. Graham saying, I try to fly Singapore Airlines when I can get it. Yep. They're known for a very high standard. I'd like to give them a try sometime too. Ashi's saying, but I moved to Brisbane in April. Oh, good on you. Oh, right. So you're in Brisbane. Yeah, well, cool, Ashi. Good on you, man. Doyle's saying Lax to Clark, so LAX to Clark, cost him $779 round trip. Hey, from LA, that's a good price, brother. Yeah, that's a good price. Yep. And that's PAL, that's Philippine Airlines, right? I think that's what he's saying. Who was it with? Paul saying, I'll watch your El Hooker story for the first time. The girl you're talking about in your old Australian vlogs. What? No, she typically wasn't in my vlogs. There's one video she was in. There was one like really old video that she was in. It's one of my very first videos, but you wouldn't know, like just in the corner, in the back of a shot. No, I purposely tried to edit her out of as much of my content as possible. It wasn't just like hate. I didn't want her complaining. I didn't want her in my videos because she was always scamming and always very negative, always trying to do something to upset other people. So yeah, I just didn't want her in the videos. I didn't want her complaining about it. So yeah, but back when we were friends, she's like in the back of one of the videos. If you're really interested, you can PM me on Facebook and I'll show you. But it's not that big a deal. And you might have seen a glimpse of her in season 1. You might have seen a tiny little glimpse of her in the distance in season 1, something like that. But again, I'd actually tried to edit her out videos. So anyway, let's keep going. But yeah, look, hey, true story, man. And I know it's the first time you've seen that video. Good on you. Thanks for sharing. You could tell I was green, man. I was green. I'm being honest. I had to learn from it. I had to grow up, and it was big eye opener. I'd never met such a disgusting person before. So I have gone on to obviously toughen up and build up more experience. But yeah, she was a real piece of work. Really disgusting. Like just a real scammer, just a really dishonest, disgusting scammer. So anyway, let's keep going. From Australia. But she was from Australia. So let's keep going. LAX to Bangkok is $445 US. Hey Rob, Contra Player 1. Hey Rob. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for telling us. Yeah, that's a good price, bro. 445. What, return? With luggage and food? That's a smoking deal. Wow. Okay, let's go to Bangkok. What are we doing? Let's go. Perth to Clark direct. Dino's asking. Yep. Okay. All right. So you guys are still going? Yeah, North Calzone. I'll get to that. North Calzone. Good question. I know everyone's asking that question. I'll talk about my travel plans soon. So we're just getting through the news as well. All right. So yeah, I was just checking on the comments just to make sure everyone's playing nice. Okay. Philippines and Malaysia kick off a naval exercise, which is nice. It's about time. They've been calling for this for years, but yeah, finally Malaysia and Philippines are doing naval exercises. The host country is Philippines. They're training in Manila Bay, I think, or they're training in Philippines, but it's about time. The reason why geographically, if this is Philippines, you have Malaysia and Indonesia over here, right? So the problem is smugglers, pirates, terrorists, drug cartels, crime syndicates, they're smuggling in and out through the far south. And they literally jump between the border. They jump between the international waters of Indonesia and Malaysia. So they really need to do more to keep that in check, because a terrorist can kidnap you and then run away to Indonesia or Malaysia, on boats, small, boats. Drug smugglers, terrorists, you see what I mean? So, yeah, so it's good that they're finally training together, and hopefully you can tell they're going to tighten up security, because those areas are, like I said, they're known hiding areas for terrorist groups and kidnappers. So when I say pirates, I'm not joking. They're literally modern day pirates, but they have automatic weapons and crazies, right? And even the smugglers, they're just smuggling routes, meaning that the smugglers were just doing business. They do business with these different groups. So the smugglers themselves may not care for the terrorism and so forth, but they smuggle and then sell weapons or sell drugs to the different groups once they move between the two countries, Indonesia, Philippines, and Malaysia. So anyway, look, good on them. Good on them for finally getting onto it. It's good to see. And good relations with the neighbors. It's good to work with the neighbors and cross-train. Just adjusting. Yeah, to cross-train between the different defense forces. Okay, so here's the big one, guys. This is really serious. Okay, I got a big one. Got a big one for you. This is really serious. Now, some of you would have seen my post before, but this is how important it is. Philippines Department of Health has declared a national dengue epidemic in Philippines. All right, Philippines has declared a national dengue fever epidemic. So what that means is it's spreading very fast, exponentially, and it impacts the whole country now. It was isolated areas, but it spread like crazy. So over 600 people have died already. I think a lot of them are children, a lot of them are young, but over 600 people have died. I believe over 146,000 cases, but again, it's growing very rapidly. So it's a big deal. It's impacting the whole country. And that's definitely changed my plans. So that's why I haven't gone back. I was waiting for the measles outbreak. They're also suffering measles. By the way, they are also suffering a national measles outbreak. They were getting that under control because you can vaccinate for measles. So they were going around vaccinating, trying to get it under control. It's still a problem, but it's slowly starting to decline, meaning they're slowly getting it under control. And now this dengue fever outbreak, it's taking over the whole country. So yeah, that has delayed my plans. I'm not in a rush to go back because of that reason. And like I said, there's also the drought, the Manila drought and other issues. But that's serious. You can die from malaria and you can die from dengue. And, they're getting malaria cases too. So that actually happened to a friend of mine. He got sick in Vietnam. He came back early. He left his trip. He was on vacation. He got very sick in Vietnam. They said, look, we think you have malaria. Go back to Australia. He came back. He saw an Australian doctor. And the doctor said, oh, man, you got dengue. You got dengue fever. Lucky he came back because he just felt like he was dying and it just felt like you have a really bad flu. Again, thinking he has malaria. And, he actually had dengue fever. So lucky he came back and his family and took care of him and he had a modern medical help here, good medical support here in Australia. Australian friend. Yeah, he could have died. They said, yeah, had he stayed over in Vietnam, he would have died. So it's not to say bad things about Vietnam. It's just that's how sick he got. So yeah, it's not a joke, guys. It's not a joke. And I think that sums it up for the Philippine news. And then the rest, I've got some tech updates and tech news. But what I'll do now, I'll get onto your comments, guys. Thank you everyone for joining us, eh? Thank you everyone watching, and awesome. Good to hear from you all. All right, so North Cal, I hope that helps answer it. The dengue outbreak and measles has delayed my plans. I was actually going to take a trip at the start of the year, and I thought, nah, look, the drought and the measles outbreak at that time, and now with the dengue, man, I think I might wait. I might wait it out. Yeah, and as I said, right now I'm just busy with work and business, but I was thinking maybe, take a break, go in October or November or Christmas time. I was thinking maybe a Christmas break, but yeah, now I don't know, man, with this dengue fever thing, it's getting worse. It's no joke. Like it was, a few thousand cases to 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, 146,000 cases. It's a lot. It's growing exponentially. It's growing very quickly. So anyway, let's keep going. Grain saying he flew via Changi, which is Singapore. There are no direct flights from Perth to the Philippines. So he goes via Changi, Singapore. Oh, okay. And then via Despensa in Bali. Right, okay, I see what you mean. Because he's on Perth, Western Australia, geographically, he just hops across the water to Singapore, Changi Airport, or via Despensa in Bali. Right, I see what he's saying. Or via Indonesia, Bali. Okay. And then he's saying flying through Bali is a pain in the ass because they process you out of the airport and then you have to go back in. Changi does not do that. Ah, right, very convoluted. Yeah, very convoluted. Like, yeah, I hate that when it's you have to go around in circles. Yeah, yeah. Well, Changi is known as the best airport in the world, I think, or still one of the best. Yeah, they're very efficient. They're very efficient, and they're certainly well known for like being the best in the world. Like they treat the passengers and travelers well. They want you to go on your way and have a good trip, and they don't want to delay you unnecessarily and things like that. Yep. Let's keep going. Australians, Rob Contra saying Australians are British Texans. Yeah, that's a very nice way of saying it. Thanks, Rob. It's more like we're British pirates. You know, like Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, that's why we got the accent. It's true. We come from the history of Australia was built as a convict colony and a new colony, meaning convicts and settlers came to this new land to build this new Australian colony. But a lot of them were ex-convicts and criminals and pirates. So that's why we use the old British. We use actually old British English. It's actually not very good English, but yeah, that's why we speak old British English, because we're pirates. So we come from, our ancestors were, you know, British pirates and convicts. And now, you know, that was many years ago. That was 1700. I believe the first colonies, Australia was discovered in 1600, but the first colonies opened up in 1700, I think. So that's what, 300 years ago? It's like, get over it. But yeah, 300 years of pirate accents. Bruh. Anyway, so Dino says, B, seen Ann Curtis. Dino, what's up with you, man? You keep asking. I just liked her photos on Facebook. I think if you're talking about Diana, are you talking about Reels Ann Curtis? Sorry, man, I'm not sure what you're talking about. In Angeles a few weeks ago, working in Grand Central. Oh, right. Are you saying, Dino, are you saying you saw her? I'm just catching up on comments. Hey, good on you, man. Good on you, bro. Well, you know, just keep in touch with her. You know, get her details, try to keep in touch with her, be nice to her. Yeah, I just, I keep it respectful just because when I met her, she had a boyfriend. So I was just like being friendly to her and, you know, just being nice. And, yeah, I just like her Facebook photos every now and then, or just something like that. And then she might ask me a question, just something like practical, like how do I use this computer, or how do I use this phone or something, or what's a good camera, you know, and like we just have a quick chat. It's nothing too crazy, but yeah, she seems nice. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened with her relationship, because I think she was in a serious relationship and then a breakup, and you know how it is. So yeah, but I was just, yeah, I mean, she was nice to me. I was nice to her. You know, she seemed like a nice girl. We're talking about one of the hotel stuff. Yeah, it's common, you know, you see all these hotel staff, you make friends, and I flirt with them sometimes. You see it in my videos. Let's keep going. Rob's saying, does anybody else find his videos addicting to watch? Hey, thanks, Rob. Can't wait till his next trip. Thanks, bro. Well, thanks, man. But yeah, it was funny. This girl, she was commenting. She goes, I just discovered your channel. You're raw. You know, she goes, you're raw. I was like, yeah, I guess I am. So maybe that's why, because I like to be raw, meaning, or I try to be honest. You know, I'm not trying to upset people. I just try to be honest, and I think that comes through. You feel that, you see it. So I'm not perfect, but I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to show you, like, this is what I've sharing. That's it. This is what I see. It may not be correct, may not be perfect, but this is what I see. I'm just sharing that experience. And I'm also trying to clean up too. I'm trying to clean up my, you know, editing and my production quality. But yeah, I guess my quality content. Yeah, that's it. You know, yeah, take that, bullshitters. Yeah, take that, show-offs. Because you know how it is. So many like social media celebrities now that are showing off bullshitting. Can you see? I'm not trying to compete with them because they've got these big celebrity channels. Some of them are celebrities in their own right, meaning they're actually on mainstream media, or you know, they're leveraging that. You know, they're very big. Good on them. Good on them. That's, some of them do it as a full-time job. I'm not dissing it. There's nothing wrong with that. So all I can do is just be honest and share what I can, you know, and add value as well, adding value. A lot of people don't understand the value equation. Value isn't money. Value is value in your area. So it's like, what do you gain by paying more? And what do you lose by paying less? You know, maybe for example, you know, like a product, a phone. If this phone is more expensive, what do you gain by paying more? Maybe you're getting more features, more, Wi-Fi, more this and that, more, better camera. What do you gain by paying more? What do you lose by paying less? And this is a good example, meaning phones are getting so affordable now. You can get phones much, much cheaper than back in the day. You don't need to pay $1,000 for a phone. You can get a phone for $500 or $400 and still have the same value, meaning it still has the same features. So that's what I mean by the value equation. So yeah, I got a bit distracted. Things like that. I just try to offer value and, offer as much information as I can. But anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, so yeah, be adventures, adding value. Helpful travel tips. Yeah, that's it. I focus a lot on travel tips and travel guide. Try to help people out. So, okay, Lucas. Hey, Lucas Master. Hey, man. Is my house to SM Clark is 20 minutes. Oh, okay. Nice one. So you're talking about his new place, I think, and yeah, there's talk of this new Clark City, meaning that the new development, they want to make this new city in that Clark area and the new Clark Airport, but that's going to take years. But good on them. I think it'll turn out very nice. But that's going to take many years. They actually want to build a new city. So anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, Rob Contra was saying round trip. Wow, so Rob was saying round trip. I think was that to Thailand. Let me scroll back. Yeah, he was saying LAX to Bangkok, $445, bro. That is cheap. Wow. Yeah, well, look, that's the point. Regardless of your locality, search around. Search on the internet, search for different flights. Don't just use one website. Use multiple ones. You might find a different deal. And I've done that. Where I've used different booking websites, and some had better deals than others. It just depends, because some get a discount, some get a coupon, some might have had a special promotion. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm getting carried away. Lucas and Dino are chatting. Oh. Okay, they're saying what there was some artist in SM Mall. What, like a celebrity or something, like a singer? Cool. The guys are just chatting away. Cool. Yep, it's nice. Hey, look, and thank you everyone who's watching. Yeah. So we got 19 people watching now. Awesome. Hello everyone, welcome. We're just warming up. We're covering like the Philippine news and having a bit of a chat. I'm just going through the comments now. Graham says, that girl you mentioned, that story could make for a popular vlog. Plenty of guys want details about girls that scam people. Yeah. No, thanks, man. You just reminded me. I was writing down notes on that. I wanted to do like a updated, more detailed, like a better video talking about that, talking about scams and talking about things that happen with girls. Basically, fixers. Fixers is another name. A fixer is literally someone who fixes things. Excuse me. In the media industry, they often use them, journalists, and it is part of fake news sometimes, or it can be part of a real documentary. So what that means is you might pay a fixer, and they help you set up the story. They help you get the interviews, they help translate, interpret, because you might be in another country. So just say I'm a journalist in Philippines. So the fixer can help you set it up. But the problem is, sometimes they're corrupt, or they're making things up, or it's a scam, or they're not really helpful. Or sometimes they're brilliant. Sometimes they're like a private detective, and they can really get you out of trouble too, or they can help you. So quite often the fixers get killed too in the media industry. Like someone shoots a documentary in Colombia or Mexico, and they hire a fixer to help them set up the story, and they seem, how can I say it, the people involved, like the cartel or the syndicate, will kill the fixer because they thought they were a snitch or a informer, something like that. So, or they're doing an interview in Afghanistan, and then that person gets assassinated later, So, yeah, I wanted to do, exactly what you're saying, talk more about it. So thanks, man. Thanks for reminding. That's a good point. That'd be some great content, actually, yeah. Rob saying, do you recommend Ridgewood Towers or the Clipper Hotel for the first-time visit? Neither, but I know what you're saying. I would recommend, look at Airbnb. It can be very unreliable just because internet's unreliable. I'm just saying for Philippines. And maybe other hotels. yeah, I don't recommend Clipper. They've really changed. They're charging extra fees. And I did talk to the owner, John, several times, and he was not nice about it. He just didn't care. So if that's his attitude, I don't think I'm not going to send any more. I'm not going to recommend them anymore. So when I last stayed there, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with the Clipper Hotel in Manila. That was not very friendly, and they kept trying to charge extra fees. And then two, yeah, like they're not operating very well. Yeah. So, and regarding Ridgewood was just basically an apartment advertisement. We checked it out. It was great, and I stayed there as a holiday letting. So, yes, my point is, so you might want to use other holiday lettings. It doesn't have to be Ridgewood. So I would recommend look at apartments in Makati, Manila. Makati, Manila is suitable for foreigners and travelers. Yeah, look at apartments, Airbnb or whatever listings, and if not, just get a hotel. Just get another hotel. I hope that answers your question. But good question, Rob, because I did cover them both, and yeah, like there's other options. There's other options, and I'm not particularly happy with either of them. The Clipper and Ridgewood. Ridgewood was fine, by the way. Ridgewood was fine. It just wasn't very convenient because that's located in THICC City, Manila. Manila is made up of like 16 different cities. So just being in THICC was a bit inconvenient. But look, it was fine. Don't get me wrong, it was fine. But there's I was looking around like at Airbnb and other hotels, there's other options. Meaning just as nice, if not nicer, and for a good price, and in good locations. So let's keep going. NorCal zone. I grind fresh coffee every day. Okay, good for you. Right, they're talking about coffee and 3-in-1 coffee. Yeah, instant coffee, right? Paul Ellis said, Clipper Hotel is too expensive now. Yep, thanks, Paul. Yeah, see, I went on about it for a while. Yep, guys are talking about different coffee. Good on you. Right, so NorCal, you're talking about December. Yeah, the dengue fever. Yeah, man, look, because that's why I was just keeping an eye on it, but it keeps growing. It's growing exponentially. I mean, over 600 people have died. It's serious, man. Serious. Lucas is saying he thinks dengue is getting bad because the last few years, the rainy season has been a bit dry, so the mosquitoes weren't as thick. Yes, that's true. Yeah, they're doing... I read that on the news too. Yes, that's correct. And people don't really take precautions to prevent it that much. Yeah, things like mosquito nets, mosquito repellent. Yep. Even something like that, like sleeping with a mosquito net, just to keep the mosquitoes away, because that's how it's spread. When the mosquito bites you, they spread dengue. Very similar to malaria, but more dangerous. So yeah, just using mosquito net and repellent can really help. Yep. Right. Right, so Ryan, he checked Agoda. Clipper is $28 US a night, not bad, but booked on the nights I needed. Yep. Well, it's a small hotel. I mean, that's reality. It's a small hotel. I was happy to give them the coverage I did in the past because I was happy in the past, but they've just gotten greedy. They just keep charging more and more. The customer service has gotten worse. The owner has gotten worse. He's just gotten more and more greedy. He doesn't take care of the place. He's cheap. I've had these chats with him in private, so I don't want to say too much, but I have tried to appeal to him as a friend. I said, look, I haven't charged you anything. You haven't paid me anything, meaning I've done all this for you to help out your hotel, right? So he didn't pay me anything. I was just covering the hotel, and I like staying there. And I gave him all those shout outs, all that free promotion, and he doesn't, like, you could tell he doesn't care. He doesn't really care about it. So anyway, that's on him. It's his business. He can run it how he likes, but that's why I'm not going to go there anymore. I'm not going to support it. So anyway, came off as very disingenuous is my point. Yeah, he came off as very disingenuous at that point. And some of my subscribers had stayed there and left negative reviews. I brought that up directly. I said, hey, these are my subscribers and also myself. We're not happy. Like, you're getting some constructive feedback or negative feedback. Because it's, I don't care. I went, okay, then no more business for you. So that's how it is sometimes, guys. You got to vote with your feet. And if it's a bad business, don't support them. Anyway, so let's stop going on about that. But yeah, I think I've made that pretty clear. So Dino says, no, in the Pippa Cafe, remember? Yeah, what about it? Yeah, sorry, Dean, I'm not sure what you mean. So, did you catch up with her again, or are you just talking about when I was talking to her in Pipa Cafe? I think, is that what you mean? Um, anyway, yeah. So Graham's saying the first colonies in Australia began in 1788 in Sydney. Yep. Well, yeah, I got it. I was generalizing. The first colony started in the 1700s, but yeah, so 1788. Thanks, man. That's good history. But long time ago, and we still speak like pirates, you know. Dina's saying she's alive and well, whatever. Yep. Doyle saying wink, wink. Yep, whatever you're winking at. Doris, Mapag, Masid. Hello, Doris. And oh yeah, someone gave me a dislike. Hey, that's okay. See, I'm like, they are welcome to, but they should leave some feedback, like why they're not happy. But yeah, whatever. Oh, Lucas was making a joke. Okay, right. Bubba Beans, do you feel it's demeaning to vacation in a country with extreme poverty while only staying in a tourist area? No, Bubba Beans, I know what you're saying. Gosh, what an interesting account name. But anyway, look, I know what you're saying because it does mess with you. It does. You know, I mean, most people have a heart and a mind. Well, everyone's born with a heart and a mind. I really mean that. So, you know, it's important to use them, to use your mind and to use your heart. But so when you see people living in extreme poverty and things like that, yeah, it's very sad. How can I say it? You have to see the world the way it is, which is very difficult. It means you have to be honest with yourself. That's the most difficult. You know, like, okay, this is happening. There's poverty. This is real. But you can't save everyone. And there are scams. They will sleep in front of your hotel just try and beg from you and try to get some coins. You know, people will do that. So you can't please everyone. You can't help everyone. So you have to have a level of discipline of one, you need to take care of yourself. You know, like survival. You don't want to be taken advantage of or attacked or kidnapped or something. But two, if you feel you want to do something, like give them some food. Food is the best. You know, give them some food and water. Like go buy them a meal. There's nothing wrong with that either. But the problem is, that means you have to buy everyone a meal. That means you have to buy everyone water, you know, and you got to give everyone money. You know, see the problem? So that's a very tough one. It's a good question, but it's a very tough one, Bubba. I mean, I don't know what you're looking for. Do you feel it's demeaning to vacation in a country with extreme poverty? I wouldn't say demeaning, but I think it can very much mess with people. It can very much mess with people, both sides. Meaning the locals get messed up, like, oh wow, look at all these foreigners running around, and you may look affluent or you may look rich to them, you know, and vice versa, where you're getting messed up, going, oh wow, look at all this poverty and look at some of these sad things that are happening. So it's sort of like, how can I say it? It's not for the faint-hearted sort of deal. You have to be able to accept the world the way it is, and it's hard. I'm not joking about that. It's hard, but you have to try and learn that sometimes this is the way the world is, and delusional people don't get that. They don't get that. I'll give you a practical example. I took a group hiking in Australia. Went up to the mountains, beautiful hiking, and they're taking photos and all this stuff. And then we didn't have phone signal because we were far away from town and in the mountains. It wasn't that far away. And some of them got scared. Some of them looked like they're going to cry. Oh, I don't have phone signal in Australia, you know. And I was like, God. And there's like girls and guys, a mix of girls and guys. It was mainly girls. And I was like, well, it's okay. We're just hiking and we'll go back to town later. We'll be okay. But can you see what I mean? They were so dependent on their smart device, on their phone. And there's nothing wrong with that. You enjoy it. Use it. But, you know, how can I say? It's like they didn't know how to deal with things without their phone. It was really weird. And it's because I've gotten used to it. I've been there. You know, I'm speaking from experience. I've been there when you're like, oh, man, I need my phone. I've got to go to work. Or, you know, what if work calls me? You know, all that type of jazz. But it's actually so refreshing, like, to be disconnected. You know, I learned that from traveling, and especially in Philippines. So there's no internet, there's no phone signal. Okay, it sucks initially, but then you learn to, like, accept life the way it is and go, okay, now I need to actually talk to people, you know, and actually build real relationships and go out and live my life. So Yeah, for whatever that's worth. But my point is, it's hard for people to accept the way the world is. So when we were out hiking, I was like, so just by the way, I wasn't trying to razz them. I wasn't trying to upset them. What are you going to do if you get into trouble? Oh, I'm just going to call for help. Okay, try. Oh, my phone's not working. They started freaking out. That's what I meant. They couldn't accept life without their phone and internet and phone signal. Ridiculous. And they were in their late 20s, by the way. They weren't kids. They're in their mid and late 20s. I took this group out, like college friends, and we went out hiking. So, it's just like weird things like that. Like people get so delusional, they can't accept the way the world is sometimes. But anyway, look, I don't want to get too distracted, but I'm happy to talk about that more. I hope that answers your question. So let's keep going. Doyle is saying, no, it's your money. Go where you want. Okay. Bob is saying it just seems ungenuine. Okay. Meaning like disingenuous. It's like the opposite of an adventure. Why not just watch a movie if you're only going to stay in the Western areas, unless you're a pretentious coward? Right. Sorry, guys. I'm still catching up on comments. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Bubba. I do. And I felt that way. Yeah, I felt that way too, traveling. But look, hey, if people want to have a nice trip and stay in a nice area, they're allowed to. Come on, man. Like, we can't judge. But I understand, and that's what I tell people. I call it the roller coaster, like a factor, the roller coaster. If you want to jump on the roller coaster, get on the ride, whee, have your fun, and then get off. But a lot of people don't understand that's life. Like, you're allowed to have fun, entertainment, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Have your fun, have your entertainment, but understand it's entertainment and it's a time you have to get off. So there's nothing wrong with getting on the ride, having your fun, and getting off. So yeah, it's like watching a movie. Watch your movie, enjoy it, have your fun, and then get on with life. Understand it's just a movie. You don't live on a roller coaster. It's a fun ride. You get on the roller coaster, you have your fun, and you get off. You don't live on it. Anyway, I feel this is going to be an ongoing theme, so let's keep going. Right. Hey, is anyone else? Is Stacy around? I was hoping Stacy would join us. Stacy missed the last one. Bubba's saying he stayed with the local population. Okay, all right. But look, I'm happy you guys are chatting away. Look, I'm glad you guys are here and chatting. So yeah, keep chatting away. Everyone's being cool. So Dino says, B, are we heading for a recession here in Australia? Interest rates are so low. I wanted to make a video about it, but I decided not to. Not there's enough people covering it. If you want that info, there's enough people with financial channels actually making financial videos talking about it, talking about economics but yeah, if you're interested, I'm happy to chat to you about it privately, maybe, Dino. But I don't want to comment on that just yet. But you just made the point. Interest rates are so low. So it's a type of economic stimulus, meaning in Australia, for those who don't know, they've been cutting interest rates like crazy. I think we went from 1.5% official central bank rate. We call it the Reserve Bank of Australia. So the Reserve Bank cut it to, I think, 1.5 in Australia. We're talking about Australia. 1.5%, and then they cut it to 1.25, and I think they cut it to, what do they got it now? See, I've already lost track. 1, I think they cut it to 1%, and they want to cut it to 0. Now, the same's happening with the Federal Reserve in America, in USA. So clearly, it's economic stimulus. They want to, boost up the economy and give some people relief, because some people have loans and mortgages. Gives them a bit of relief, or credit cards. Just gives people a bit of a buffer, and good for them. Let them enjoy life. Let's keep going. Luke is saying, so people knew beforehand. Everyone has that luxury. Whatever. Right, they're just chatting away. Okay, so this is a good one. NorCal Zone says, have you ever traveled on east side of Buswanga up past the airport? Buswanga. I've been to Nasugbu, Buswanga. Is that Buswanga? Is that what you mean? Nasugbu, Batangas. No, that's Buswanga. What's Buswanga? Look, you got me now, man. Buswanga. Let me just, you got me now, because I think I just confused the names. Buswanga. You got me, man. Buswanga. Why do I know that name? Oh, look, that's Quran. See, I was thinking Batangas. Sorry, I was thinking Batangas. These very, very distinct names. Yeah, I went to Kalawit Safari, brother. So you got Buswanga. I just call it Quran Airport, just so we see, so we don't get confused. Buswanga Airport is now called Francis Reyes Airport, which I now call Quran Airport because it's Quran Town. Let's just call it Quran Airport. So, but yeah, Buswanga region. You're correct. You're correct that it's Quran. Quran is in Buswanga region, and yeah, I went to the Kalawit Safari. Do you want me to post that for you, brother? Look, I'll post that for you so you can see what I mean. Yeah, Kalawit Safari. So you actually go to Kalawit, a different island, but that's in that Buswanga region. Let me find that for you. Yeah, so that's something else to do. So Quran is great for island hopping, and you got Quran Town, but mainly island hopping tours. You know, touristy stuff. It's great. It's absolutely great. Especially it's family friendly too, so it's good for families. There's not really a disco there. They don't want a disco because a disco will ruin it. But oh, what do I do? So this is Kalawit. What is it? Kalawit. I can't pronounce it. Kalawit Safari Quran, but that's actually in Buswanga. It's not really correct to say Quran. It's actually Buswanga. So I hope that answers your question, man. And I went to the hot springs. You know, there's a hot springs place as well. That's about 20 minutes out of town. But anyway, look, we were planning on staying a few of the nights at a place up there and ride a scooter to get the color. Oh, look, yeah, I can't keep up with the comments here. You're already talking about it. Yeah. So you could stay there and go do the Kalawit Safari. Yep. Oh, man, they're dirt roads. It's typically very undeveloped outside of town, to answer your question. Sorry. The Quran town area is a simple town, but everything worked. Internet worked, electricity worked, water worked. Those are factors. Some towns don't have working utilities. But yeah, in Quran, it's mainly dirt roads and very rough, very bumpy, potholes. And because they're the tricycle drivers, man, they get air. Like, it's like we'll get going in the air. Like, it's like a roller coaster, man. I shit myself. Like, we're holding on. Like, these guys are crazy because they drive so fast, and it's like all these slopes. So they get air off them, man. They launch those tricycles. You wouldn't think so, but they do. I shit myself because we're doing this in the dark, by the way. So it's dark. There's no safety standard. I'm holding on to the side of the tricycle. Like, are you kidding me? There's no seatbelt, no nothing, no helmet. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. But yeah, when I went on Kalawit Safari, it was a tour bus, a shuttle van, and then the van took us to the bus, and then the bus took us to the boat, and the boat took us to the island. You see what I mean? So yeah, we had professional transport at that point. Yeah, because there's not much else to do in Quran except go on the tours. Island hopping tour, the Kalawit Safari, the hot springs. There's stuff to do, but you go do your tourist thing, you have a great time, and then you leave. That's why I say I think it's a great recommendation for tourism for people who want to do that type of stuff. Graham says the thumbs down may have been the owner of the Clipper. Yeah, I bet you. Maybe it was. Hater. Rob saying you seeing the third world helps you as a person. Yes. You spending money there helps the country. Yes, both true. Because you appreciate things more. You stop feeling sorry for yourself because that's common. Don't get me wrong, that's a common human behavior. You stop feeling sorry for yourself and you realize, oh, wow, life could be worse. Like, oh, wow, people are starving. Like, people are hurting, man. This is serious. So, yeah, it puts things into perspective. So maybe stop feeling sorry for yourself and take some responsibility for your own life. That's what I was trying to say before. Take some personal responsibility. Own it. Take ownership of your life. That's what it's about. Take ownership. You can't save the whole damn world. You're not supposed to. You can't even fix your own goddamn life. So focus on that. Try fixing your own life. Focus on fixing yourself. And then maybe, just maybe, if you've got it together and you've paid the bills on time and you're doing the right thing, maybe you might just want to try and help another person. Maybe. But until you fix your own life, yeah, focus on that. And that's the problem. I don't know. There's got to be a better way to say it, but I call it like a hero complex. It happens to all of us. You want to be a great big hero. You want to save the country. You want to save the world. Showing off on YouTube or showing off on social media. Yeah, we get it. We've all been there. I've been there. But it's like, fix yourself first, homeboy. You know, fix yourself first, homegirl. So busy showing off, but you don't even fix yourself. Yeah, you know, that's how upside down we are now. And I'm so happy some big people are covering, big celebrities are covering it. Like Gary Vaynerchuk, love him. Love Gary V. Check him out if you haven't already. Gary Vaynerchuk, he's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You know, he's actually running a social media companies, but he's a social media expert. And he's talking about it like, we need to be more honest. We need to take more responsibility. You know, we need to get real. Like, stop trying to be a bullcrap, get rich quick millionaire. There's no such thing. You see what I mean? Like, and the reason why it's so important, we need someone as popular as him to talk about it, because otherwise, what are we doing? We're just showing off. We're just fronting, bullcrapping on the internet. So you see what I mean? He's very, very, very big. He's got millions of subscribers and followers, and that's why, because he's promoting honesty. He's promoting honesty and things like that. So good on him. And then, of course, you know, you got Dr. Jordan Peterson. He's wonderful. Dr. Jordan Peterson, again, encouraging honesty, encouraging responsibility. So that's what I mean. Finally, we're getting these very big, important figures who are actually encouraging it. I know it sounds obvious. It's not. Because imagine you come from a background where you weren't encouraged to be honest or responsible. Well, we need someone to at least give us some practical and also encouraging guidance. They're both very encouraging people. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, there you go. I'll get off my soapbox. And I wanted to talk a bit about technology too. So this is great because we still got people turning up. Yeah, so we'll keep going. But I'll just go through the comments. I'm still catching up, guys. Peter. Hey, Peter Polter. Peter's saying, if you can't afford $200 or $300 a night for a good hotel, then stay at some cheapskate. Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously. There's backpackers. That I'm gonna call this one out. I've heard of backpackers knocking on locals' doors in Southeast Asia, trying to get a free night to stay. And you know, some people are very hospitable. They're like, oh, okay, let's just let them stay here for free. And they're like already poor people. You know? Like whether it's Vietnam or Thailand or Indonesia or Philippines. There's people who do that. They're sick. I mean, I think they're sick. They're really sick. Like they come from Canada or America, or Australia or UK, you know, developed countries, Europe, and they go around knocking for a free place to stay. Or whatever, they want to go sleep on the beach for free, fine. But knocking on someone's door trying to get a free place to stay, that's sick. I think it's really sad and sick, and they act like it's cool. So they vlog it or they take pictures and video and show off about it. It's like, why are you showing that off? You just took advantage of a poor person in Southeast Asia. Like, that's really sick. Yeah, that's really sick. Like, you want to go, fine, you go to the forest, you want to go to the beach and just sleep there for free like a beggar. You know, maybe the police might arrest you or clear you out. But that's fine. You're not really bothering anyone if you're doing it that way. But knocking on people's doors for a free place to stay, I think it's sick. It's really sick and sad. You know, I mean, those people are living off $2 a day or $3 a day, and you're knocking on their door to stay there for free. You know, I think it's really sad. But that's what I mean. This was coming up to social media, people trying to do things like that so they could try and travel for free or cheaper. I think that's really sick. You know, it's not about being a hotel snob or something. It's about you just took advantage of a poor local doing that, you know. They're living on rice. They're living on plain rice and simple stuff like that. And, you know, you're trying to use them as a free hotel. It's really sad. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. Graham is saying baby boomers and millennials worry about phone service when people are starving throughout the world. Priorities, yeah. We're just talking about that, yeah. Bubba's saying, to me, the main benefit of traveling to another country is immersing yourself in another culture and societal way of life, and you can't do that if you stay in the Disney world of foreign countries. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. So it's like it was very strange, you know, cultural differences, and that happens a lot. In Philippines, they're saying go to this American restaurant, go to McDonald's. I go, why? I'm in Philippines. I want to eat Filipino food. They didn't believe me. It's like they're being embarrassed. Oh no, you don't want Filipino food. Yes, I do. I travel all the way here. Come on. I actually got a bit ticked off. And finally, a very nice Filipino friend. It was Lord and Aksana from Our Philippines TV. They have a channel. They were really hospitable, nice people. So they're cool. Lord and Aksana took me to a Filipino restaurant, Buddies. Highly recommended. Check out Buddies in Manila. Buddies restaurant in Manila. Let me get the video. I didn't know, guys. If I knew, I would eat at Buddies every day. They had some amazing deals, delicious food. All different types of food. Meats, soups, vegetables, spaghetti, whatever you want. They got all different types of food here. I'm going to show you a link. And Buddies, man. Oh, man. See, I'm thinking about it now. Had I known, I would have eaten at Buddies all the time. Buddies restaurant. It's a chain. Toronto, Manila. Yeah, it's a chain. So you can dine in. Or you can get takeaway. They also do takeaway. And yeah, it's great. Absolutely great. They had soups, everything. I'm not kidding. What else? Look, they had everything. Just you can check out the video. But yeah, so there's a top tip there. And the reason why, that's like a local restaurant. Like, it's good quality, but it's a local restaurant chain. So how can I say it? I think we paid 200 pesos each. Something, I think, like that. We couldn't believe it, is my point. We couldn't believe it. We're like, yeah, no way all this. Like, we had a table covered in food, and then we had a second table with extra food on it because we couldn't fit on the table. A small table, that's why. But yeah, so there's Lord Oksana, myself, Travel Gretel, we're all these travel vloggers. There's 4 of us, and we couldn't finish this food. And we're like, no way, it's like 200 pesos each. Like, watch the video. I recorded it in the video, but yeah, it was so affordable. So, I mean, that's like, what, $4? $4 US. So we couldn't believe it. We're like, no way. Like, this could feed so many people. And that's what I mean. So had I known, I would have eaten there more, but I would even like bring friends, or you could use it to feed other people, And it's a good restaurant. It's a good restaurant chain, yeah. So that's what I mean. Yeah, people didn't believe it, but I was like, yeah, come on. I want to try the local food, the local culture, and that's the whole point. I want to meet people and try the local thing, So anyway. So I'm still catching up, guys. I'm not sure if it's transmitting. I'm not sure if it's actually working. So just to let you guys know, if I'm still live, I can see on my screen I'm still recording and still going, but it's not going through to YouTube. It's not actually turning up on the YouTube screen. I'm looking at different screens. So maybe okay, it's back. Okay. So guys, I'm not sure what just happened. I just had a big lag. For some reason, it wasn't broadcasting to YouTube. So my camera was recording. I could see it's recording right now. I'm looking at 2 different screens, and for some reason, it wasn't turning up on YouTube. So my apologies there, guys. I hope you're still around, because maybe some of you lost the connection, but it seems to be back now. So let's keep going. And thank you, NorCalZone, for clarifying. Yeah, look, I'm just catching up on comments now. So look, I hope your trip goes well. Check out my Coron videos. I covered a lot there, but yeah, Coron's nice. It's very nice for tourist activities, but Busuanga Island, that region, is very undeveloped. It's very undeveloped. It's not a bad thing. That's kept it very clean. But yeah, a lot of very rough dirt roads. Right. And Bubba's saying, if you don't go outside the tourist zones, you'll be missing out on a life-changing adventure. An experience. Instead, you'll be the pompous aristocrat eating grapes at the palace while being served. Yeah. Exactly right. I like the way you said it. What are you getting, poetic? Huh? You're getting poetic, Bubba? You shouldn't be called Bubba Beans. You should be called the poet or something. The Bubba the poet, or poetic Bubba or something. Poetic Beans. Yeah, poetic Beans. Anyway, let's keep going. NorCal saying, we've seen all your Cron videos and they helped us a lot. Be careful of that damn scam. You know when I went to that park, that stupid mangrove park, and they charged us 300 pesos and we couldn't use the canoes. Like, we just went to this water. It was just a mangrove at nighttime. Yeah, be careful of that one. What is it? The fireflies. Be careful of the firefly scam. Now, there's other ones that are actually professional tours. Like, you go in a boat and you can see the fireflies and things like that. But that was not it. Yeah, so be careful of that one. NorCal saying, we were there in the end of 2017, but didn't explore the actual northern side. Okay. Maybe I saw you there. Maybe we were there in a similar time, but anyway. Some Americans said they saw me, but they were too scared to come up. It was a guy and his girlfriend, and they're like, oh, he's a vlogger. They saw me because they saw me with the camera, and these two American girls, and I wish they came up because they jumped. They went, "Oh, it's him!" And they're pointing at me, and I was actually vlogging, and I was waving at them like, "Come up." I was like, "Hey, girls," and they were just like, so I don't know, maybe they were just embarrassed or they didn't know what to say. And then later, I was in this restaurant eating the Filipino food in Coron, delicious, you know, the shrimp and everything. I'm vlogging it, and they knew they were watching me. I was like, you know, thanks for watching, blah, blah, and everyone starts laughing in the restaurant. Like my table, people knew what I was doing, they're laughing, and then the American girls are like there. So that's why I was waving to them, like, yeah, come up, come say hello, but maybe they're just shy. Or they didn't want to interrupt me because I constantly had a camera, you know, I was constantly vlogging. But I'm like that too. You know, you've seen it in my videos. If people come up and say hello, I put them on camera just to say hello and let them say hello to their family and friends. But yeah, so people were saying that too. They saw me in Naya. I'm so well known in Naya, Manila Airport. The staff that will know me from my videos. And they were happy. And I go, why? They go, because, you know, you've been giving a lot of feedback on Naya and the airport. And they actually said this. It was one guy, I'm not going to exaggerate. One guy came up and said, "Sir, it was important you made those airport videos because we had to improve. Had you not called out the taxi scams and the long lines and the problems, no one would have taken it seriously, you know, at least because you made the videos, we could see what happened. And the boss, you know, like Duterte, President Duterte, people could see what happened. And, you know, feedback, really, it's feedback. So, yeah, they said, look, it was good because it forced them to improve. And also, to be fair, that's why I covered them and showed the improvements, because it's not Changi Airport. It's not perfect, but at least they're trying to improve. You know, they cleaned it up. At least they're trying. Much better than before. Before, you know, it was crazy. Long lines, scams, you name it. You know, so no more like that. So anyway, let's keep going. So Dina saying, any new girls in your life or running solo? That's too personal. That's very personal, Dina. I'll tell you anyway. The Thai girl came back. You know, she's Thai Filipina. She was in my videos, but she came back. So we were trying to keep in touch, but it just wasn't there anymore. You know, like she came back. She went to Thailand and came back. Yeah, so maybe I think she's got another boyfriend or she's moved on. That's fine. It was like, it wasn't upsetting or whatever, because even when we broke up and she moved on, it was very mutual and respectful. We were just honest. She said, look, I'm going back to Thailand for a while, and, you know, might as well break up. It's like, yeah. So, yeah, we were just honest with each other. That's actually why we were so attracted to start with. But, yeah, that didn't work out. And I tried, like, I'm not kidding, focusing on friendship. That's actually the best thing you can do. So I was building up some very close friendships with some other girls, one at a time. So, yeah, one didn't work out. She was bullshitting, like she was just bullcrapping me most of the time, fronting. But it was very nice and very close. She was a lawyer by profession, that's what she said. But she was still like training, so she was still studying and also practicing, doing some like legal work experience and stuff. So yeah, that was okay. But she was just fronting, meaning she was just like showing off all the time, bullcrapping. There was another one, a Filipina, who we become very close. Oh, a little bit of a lag there, guys. Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on the lag. Yeah, and there's another Filipina, like a real Filipino. We became really close, but she still had the very massive cultural difference, like of how can I say it? It's like their definition of honesty is very different. Like when they're being dishonest, but you know, they pretend they're not or whatever. They're scamming and opportunist. So I was trying to explain to her, you're in Australia now, you don't have to behave that way. You know, we're quite privileged. It's a safe, you know, there's a good economy, there's work, you know, you got a job, you don't need to behave that way. So it's not to sound too judgmental. She's just come from, you know, an environment where there's a lot of scams, there's a lot of hardship, poverty, and now she's in Australia working at the time. She come over and was on a working visa, and now she's got to adapt. And she's like, oh, wow, so you guys use internet banking. Like, that's a thing. They don't really use internet banking in Philippines. If they did, it would reduce the corruption massively. So they still use the cash culture. Because of the cash culture, it's easier to steal, skim cash, or you know, things go missing. So just things like that. Yeah, so there you go, Dina. I'm getting a bit detailed, but yeah, so we had some problems with that, like just her adapting. I was trying to be nice to her and help her adapt, and she finally did. Like, she was getting used to the internet banking, and of course, she embraced the smartphone and the internet very quickly. But yeah, no, we had a very close friendship. We started that way, and then you know, we wanted it to go further, but it didn't. You know, her visa expired, and she had to go back, and I think she was messed up with a bad crowd too. She admitted that to me, that she'd got involved with a bad crowd in Australia. They weren't very good friends. You know, her female friends were really mean and bitchy to her, and I think the guys she was involved with were pretty bad. Her exes were pretty bad too. So yeah, that's just the way it played out. But that's also why it's so nice to focus on friendship first, because you're actually building a real relationship. You're actually getting to know each other for real. And then if it doesn't work out, well, you can be honest and break it off. You know, if it doesn't work out, that's life. It's important. Better you work that out early than suffering later or having a bigger blow up later. So yeah, so I was, you know, just trying to, you know, not desperate, but yeah, just going through the motions. But good point. I should get I don't know, get back into dating or something. I don't know. Or take another trip. That was the thing. So I wanted to take another trip, and then now this dengue fever outbreak. It's a bit much. Anyway, let's keep going. Rob is saying Kanye West has an island near Coron. No, he doesn't. Maybe he does, but that sounds crazy. It's probably a small island, because the definition of an island can vary. Like, it could literally be an island that big. That counts as an island. So I don't, you know, maybe it's a very small island. Because the Philippines has 7,000 islands. Wow, right? 7,000. But not everyone lives on them. There's only 3 main island groups, or 4 or 5 main island groups. You know, like 7,000 islands. Not all of them are livable. You can't live on all of them. Like that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. They count every single little rock. You know, so it's misleading to say 7,000 islands. Yes, there are, but you don't. Not all of them are inhabited. Some of them are just very, very small. You know? Anyway, GT Piney? GT Piney Gaming. Hey man, are you Chinese? Yes, I am. Australian-born Chinese, ABC, we call it. I think you might say the same in America. ABC, American-born Chinese, or something like that. You know. NorCal saying, while we were in Coron, there was always one nice yacht out in the water. A few million US. Wonder if that was Kanye. Oh yeah, okay, I see what you. Yeah, maybe some wealthy person, or you never know. It could just be a business person or a celebrity or something. Yeah. Mike. Oh hey Mike, thanks for joining us, man. Glad you could join us. Mike saying it's working now. Yeah, thanks. I'm catching on the comments. Right, so there was a lag, a delay. Okay, right. NorCal saying back now, still here. Yep. Lots of lag. Yep. Okay, thanks. No, it's good feedback, guys. Yeah. So it seems to be okay. It might be the connection. It might be my connection as well. There was actually a storm, and it actually took down like some power lines and the internet and stuff like that. So yeah, it happens. Anyway. Adrian saying no buddies in Ermita. Oh, okay, so you have to travel a bit. But okay, maybe next time you're in Makati, or next time you're in whatever. Buddies is nice, man. Oh, we ate so much food. Anyway, so I'm getting hungry now. We specifically skipped the Fireflies expedition thanks to you. Yeah, NorCal. Man, so that's what I mean. Any tourist area has scams, right, guys? Don't get too sensitive. It's because they know you're a tourist. They know you might be green. You're just on vacation mode. It's very different to work mode. When you're at home working, you're a bit more serious, a bit more focused. When you're on vacation, you're on the roller coaster, right? You're not thinking straight. So yeah, they try to take advantage. You know, it happens anywhere, whether it's that place or another tourist place. Yeah. Matt and Mel. Hey Matt. Hi guys and Mel. I don't know whichever one it is. We are all here instead of JLB or whatever. Like, I don't know, whatever. Why, did something happen? Did he have an event or something? Michael McFarlane. Maybe you're just famous, lol. Yeah, thanks, Michael. No, I think it's because I covered Coron so much. Because I'd covered it before, and then I went back to cover it again, and I liked it. You know, I liked so much. There were probably people who had seen my videos. You see what I mean? They went to Coron because they saw my videos, and they went, oh, it's him, you know? And then same, you know, Naya, I've covered Naya Manila Airport so much, and that's the main airport everyone uses. Yeah, so people recognize you along the way. But usually it's when I speak. As soon as I speak or they see me with the camera, it's him, you know, like that. Anyway, Joel S. Hey, Joel. All right, they're all saying hello to each other. Hey, cool. Everyone's been playing nice. Ilo 808. Okay, well, all right. So someone else had a live stream. You guys are jumping over or something, or whatever, guys. Well, anyway, thanks for joining us. Thank you everyone for joining us. Seems everyone's having problems. Okay, so thanks, Elo. That's good feedback. It must be the platform, right? It must be the platform. But there's many ways just to help you guys understand. This is a great talking point. There's many ways to set it up. You can do a live stream directly through the platform through Google Hangouts. You can do it through your own web camera. You can do it through your own software if you have your own special live stream software. See, there's many ways to do it. So that's why you see some are very professional. Like TV shows, they're like very professional. They got extra this and tech support because they're actually using their own software, and they can actually put in different things. And then there's other ones like this using a web camera. Don't get me wrong, it's a great Logitech web camera. So there's many different setups. But can you see it? But they all have to go to the platform eventually. So if the platform is not working well, it's getting laggy. Yeah. So, okay, look, I'll keep going, and I'll hurry up too. It's getting a bit laggy. So, thanks. Good feedback, guys, and good chat. So it seems like the platform's having some problems today. All right, let's keep going. There's a dengue fever outbreak. Where? Everywhere, Matt and Mel. So I posted the article. You can go check it out on my Facebook page. I did post the links further back in the comments if it's still there. I'll post it again just for you, brother. Hold on, because it is a serious topic. And this is the official article as well. This is the official government article, meaning it has been vetted. So here's a link for you. Department of Health declares a national dengue fever or dengue epidemic. That when you click on the article, it'll take you to it. Right-click and open in a new window. Otherwise, you might close your window. But anyway, it's there, or you can Google search it. But the point is, it will tell you the locations. The problem is it's growing exponentially, meaning it's spreading. It's spreading like crazy around the country. So let's keep going. Nice one. McFarlane says, 7,000 islands just depends on high tide or low tide. Yeah, that's a good one. It was a beauty queen. They were asking her, like Miss Universe, how many islands are there in Philippines? And she goes, depends. Is it high tide or low tide? And they're like, Miss Philippines. Very charming. But yeah, because it does depend, Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, NorCal. Yeah, thanks for the feedback, guys. Something's wrong with the platform. It's destabilizing today. It happens. It could be maintenance. Usually because it's a weekend. Because it's a weekend, they're doing maintenance, and sometimes you can stuff it up. And then the tech guy comes in on Monday to fix it, So anyway, that's actually a thing. It's a common problem. Dino, send me a private message on Facebook where I'm happy to have a chat, brother. M&M. What's M&M? Area? I'm not sure what he means. Michael says Pinoy's a shy. Yep. Help build a school on Iloilo. Well, I'd love to. Yeah. Well, I mean, people should do more development work. And that's, I was just thinking about this, guys. I'll get off my soapbox, but I want to get this out. The Australian government, I think it was last year or the year before, donated $3 million for a warehouse, a foreign aid warehouse in Manila. And it shows you how stupid both sides are. We're talking about government here. Government, not the people, the government. It's a bribe. Totally corrupt and stupid and irresponsible. It's a bribe. $3 million for a warehouse in Manila doesn't feed the country, doesn't help people. So it's like a bribe, the Australian government just gave $3 million. Stupid. And no way they're going to spend $3 million on a warehouse. So what it is, it's like a scam. They already have the warehouse in Manila. It's already an old rickety shed. They tell the government, yes, thank you for building this warehouse. They already have it. It's already existing. And then they steal the money for themselves. Stupid. So the money stays in the city. It doesn't go to the people who need it. It doesn't go to the province. It doesn't go to measles vaccinations. It doesn't go to food, feeding the half the starving people, It's silly. So, they need to focus more on infrastructure and development. They should have spent the money on helping vaccinate people with the measles vaccination, or building a school in Iloilo, or building a hospital there. That would have made a bigger difference. Not just giving it to a foreign aid warehouse in Manila. That's bullcrap. Meaning they said officially they wanted to use the money to build a foreign aid warehouse in Manila. That was the official statement. Ridiculous. It was done by the previous government. Meaning, I think Duterte administration had already come in, but it was done by the previous Pinoy government, whatever his name was. Yeah, it's really sad. You know, so you see what I mean? Just it was just sad. It was just basically a bribe or a scam. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. But yeah, it was just really sad, you know, that they won Australia. You know, we wasted money doing that, like just being silly. And two, that money didn't help anyone. It just bribed some politician or bribed some people, you know, some scam. Okay, let's keep going. Yep, thanks for the feedback, guys. Okay, it seems like it's not as bad now. It was getting laggy before. I was seeing on my screen. It was getting a bit laggy, but okay, let's keep going. Watching from Hawaii. Ilo. Hey, okay, cool, man. Oh, I see. You're talking about other people. All right, cool. So it seems like I've caught up. If anyone has questions, keep going. I might finish up soon, but I just wanted to finish up with some more news, just for the people who care, because I'd covered it a lot before. The AMD Ryzen 3000 series is a type of computer chip. The AMD Ryzen 7 3700X is such a hit, it almost outsold Intel's entire CPU range. Now, that is saying something, but there's also some additional details. One, there's an Intel CPU shortage. So Intel ran out of the computer chips to start with. Intel's running out of computer chips. They had massive manufacturing problems. That's their own internal problem. But two, AMD deserve the credit. It's a great computer chip. It is a great processor. It's a desktop processors. The AMD Ryzen 7 3700X, it is excellent for what it is. 8 cores, 8 brains, okay? 8 cores, 16 threads. It doubles. 8 brains, 3700X. It's very affordable. It's a couple $100. Half the price of the Intel 8 core. The Intel one is faster by a little bit, but just by a little bit, like 10% faster. Mate, half the price. Great value. Great value. It's what I was saying earlier, the value equation. What do you gain by paying more? And what do you lose by paying less? Okay, you buy this computer chip, you might lose 10% clock speed. It's still got good IPC, instances per clock. It's still got excellent productivity and processing power. Half the price. Can't argue, man. Yeah. So let's keep going. Mike Lee, wow, I never thought AMD could catch up to Intel. Me too, man. It's not that I'm a fanboy. I was like, no way. No way they can do it. They did it. They actually did it. It's actually a good chip, man. So yeah, I'm eyeing it out. Because I'm in Australia, we get everything late and expensive. So people have been purposely marking it up, you know, like trying to sell it for more because we're getting them very slowly. But yeah, so eventually as they trickle into the country, I'll buy the parts and I'll have someone make me one, or I'll make my own computer. You know, it doesn't matter. Or even better, OEM. If there's an OEM manufacturer like Dell or like that, if they're using the computer chips, yeah, I'll buy it. But I want to support AMD, and also they have very good security. AMD computer chips naturally have better security than Intel. So Spectre, Meltdown, Zombie Load, these are all vulnerabilities. So yeah, look, good on them. Good on them. Like I said, I didn't believe they could do it, but they did it. So they deserve some credit. Joel S is saying, are you in Philippines? No, I'm in Australia, brother. Thanks for asking. I'm in Australia right now. Ilo is saying all the next gen consoles will run on AMD. Yeah, like PlayStation and I think Xbox. Yeah, and their chips are very good graphics. It's because they bought a graphics company back in the day, but they are making their own graphics card, which is not that good. I'm being honest. The 5700 XT is not a very good graphics card, but their partners, meaning other partners, are buying it and then reworking it to make overclocked models, to make better models. I posted that on my... I'll keep going. I'll post that on my Facebook this morning, actually. I just got the update this morning. Let's keep going. AMD confirms high-end Navi GPUs and the 3rd gen Ryzen laptop mobile processors. This is important. Like, I think people have overlooked this. So that's what I was leading on to before. That's a great segue. At least they're going to build some better high-end Navi graphics cards. Again, industry partners, you can understand they buy the part. So another company, MSI, Asus, you know, they can buy the part and make their own reworked graphics card. So hopefully that happens. You know, again, we'll see better products, better pricing, more competitive. So even if you see good deals in Intel, I'm not dissing Intel, great, because it's going to make the market more competitive, more sales, better deals. You know, it's about time. Everything was getting more expensive. So finally prices are slowly getting a bit better and we're getting a bit more supply too. Okay, so also, I was researching very heavily the Ryzen mobile CPUs, right? The Ryzen mobile means laptop. They usually have a U designation, letter U. The reason why they're called APUs, APUs, accelerated processing unit, something like that. The reason why, the point is they combine the computer processor, the chip, with the graphics chip. They combine them together. Now, the reason why it matters, mobile, laptop, it's very nice for what it is. Even though it's just a laptop, at least it has a built-in graphics card. It's a bit nicer. So even though Intel is a bit faster clock speed, the AMD mobile processor has better graphics. So I think that's something everyone's overlooking, that they're going to, so what, mobile, so what, laptops. They actually have very good graphics for what they are. Of course, it's not a big custom gaming machine, but even the AMD-based laptops, they have their own Vega graphics. That's what I'm trying to say. So AMD APU mobile processors with Vega graphics integrated. I'll write it down just so you guys can see what I'm saying. Integrated Vega graphics. So I've actually been keeping an eye on these AMD computer chips for mobile, for laptop. I can't wait. That's why I posted that article. I can't wait. I'd love to see it because it's going to be 7 nanometer, which means it's small. The smaller but more powerful chips. So it'd be very nice to see an AMD 7 nanometer mobile chip. So, just watch this space. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, one day you'll see it. Maybe late this year. I hope so. Fingers crossed, but I don't think they'll do it. But late this year or early next year, hopefully we'll see those laptop chips. I am keen to give it a try. I'm keen to buy one. I'm being honest. Because I still tend to use laptops a lot because they're mobile. And it's funny, a lot of people don't understand, like the industry guys, IT guys are like, why do you still buy laptops? And I was like, why not? They're mobile. I can close the laptop if I go to work or take it with me traveling or whatever. So it's a self-contained unit and it's mobile. That's the whole point. The technology is getting more and more mobile. So yeah, of course, a desktop is more powerful. Of course, I want to use a desktop. It's better, but it's not always possible to travel with one, So let's keep going. So these will be the last few updates, guys, and then we'll bring it to a close. This is a good one. I just posted this one this morning because I got the news this morning. These guys are crazy. How do you say it? XFX made a new Radeon RX 5700 XT graphics card. They're calling it THICC. THICC, thick, like ooh, sexy, she's thick, So guys are calling it Thick Boy. They were calling it the Thick Boy, and they're making fun of XFX, this company, because they're like, who the heck makes up these names? They're calling it Thick Boy and Thick. Stupid. So it's funny, but it's just like, who's making up all these like dirty names for the computer parts? Like Thick and Thick Boy and Thick Girl and Thick Booty, and it's like who's making up these stupid names for computer parts? But anyway, look, one, I like it. It's an open air graphics card, meaning it's got the fans on top or on the bottom, however you like to mount it. Yes, it's we're very excited. I'm looking forward to the reviews because I haven't owned one or checked one yet, but the reviewers are already getting their hands on them. So yeah, I'm interested to see. It's a 5700. It's an AMD 5700 graphics card, but XFX has reworked it to have a open air cooler, and it's really thick, and it's got a grill on it, so they call it the Thick Boy. But I don't know, it's just funny names, tech nerds. Excuse me. It's normal, gear geeks, IT geeks, IT nerds. They come up with these weird names. But I am interested to see the performance. So yeah, I mean, AMD should have done that to start with. So again, don't buy them just yet. Let the price come down, and the actual AMD direct release 5700 graphics card was not very good. So that's why we're hoping the partners will actually rework it and make it a bit better. Yeah, Elo saying, I'd rather have portability over power. Yeah, well, exactly, brother. As in, don't get me wrong, I want power. I want that computing power. You can do so many things. But a lot of people just don't get it. It's like, it's the device you'll use more. It's not better. It's just that you'll typically use it more because it's more portable. It's more convenient. So that's what I mean by if AMD can get into that space, they will be very nice laptops. And it's the whole value equation. Yes, there's faster and better laptops, but the AMD ones are more affordable, and they have good graphics. They already have built-in graphics, so nice. Mike Lee saying, "Do you watch Linus Tech Tips?" Yes, I do now. I used to watch him now and then. Like I knew he was this goofy Canadian, But I didn't realize how big his company is, Linus Media Group. They're big. They're a very big professional company. So they went from the small, just a small little amateur group, but they always wanted to be a professional company. He and his wife built it up. That's respect, man. Big respect to Linus. I hope if he sees this one day, it's like respect, man. Yeah, and they built up this great professional media company. But of course, they specialize in technology, reviewing. They review technology, and yeah, they have many staff, professional media crew, everything. Yeah, they're very good. They're very, very good. And of course, they share so much with us. They share so much of this great tech and reviews, and yeah, they're good. Yeah, so good on them, and good on I don't know what, Canada. Good on Canada. Yeah. But yeah, Linus is cool. I mean, he's well known in the industry. I'm not kidding. He's well known in the IT industry just because we're like, yeah, he does so many technology reviews and he does run a big professional company. It's no joke. Just that because he's just so down to earth, like he's just on camera going, hey, I'm Linus. You think it's just Linus making videos by himself. It's not. He's got a professional media crew. Cameraman, audio, everything. Yeah. So anyway, let's keep going. I'm getting distracted. So Dino says, do you recommend an antivirus for your laptop or waste of money? Yeah, it's a waste of money, Dino. I use the Windows Security Center. Just let me check right now. It's called, it used to be called Windows Defender, but they recently renamed it. Let me just check. What do they call it? Windows Security. Yeah, Windows Security. But they used to call it Windows Defender, but that's why they rebranded it, just to show that it has upgraded and updated. So yeah, it's a waste of money because for the longest time, a lot of people think back to Windows XP. They're out of date. Windows has evolved since then. Okay, it's been 20 years. In the Windows XP days, it was a problem. They had a lot of security problems. Now, Windows 7 onwards, so that includes Windows Vista. Windows Vista is the same thing, has excellent security. So if you're using Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, or 10, they all have excellent security. But you've got to run your updates. Run your damn updates, right? For God's sake, manually run them. You have to make sure that they run. And then you install the updates, you're fine. You're set. You don't need to waste any money on antivirus. So Norton, McAfee, whatever, AVG, just delete them. They're just slowing down your computer. Because the reason why they're intrusive, they have to break into your computer to scan it, even though it's for a virus scan. If you use the Windows-based one, the Microsoft one, because it's integrated, it doesn't have to break into the computer. It already knows it's a security check and it does it very fast. So what used to take 1 hour to do a security scan only takes 3 minutes now on Windows 10. So that's the big deal. I'm not kidding. So again, if you were to use Norton or McAfee or whatever, it might take 1 hour, half an hour. No, delete it. Don't pay the subscription. I used to too. I used to pay for Norton and McAfee. Don't waste your money. Yep. And if you need any tips, again, contact me directly. I'm happy to help you out directly, man. Don't be embarrassed. I'm happy to help anyone because it's a thing. If you're interested in learning about it, cool, man. Don't be shy because it happens. People get embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. But yeah, don't waste your money, bro, because otherwise, I used to do it too. I used to take my computer to a computer store, pay $100, and all they're doing is running the updates, So that's what I mean. Save yourself the money, but at least build up that self-sufficiency so you can at least click the update button and there you go. You just fixed 9 out of 10 problems. And then, oh my God, you might have to reboot. It's like what's happened to us, it's like the hipsters and the, I don't know how you say it. I don't know, the hipsters and like it's like the current generation, they get so upset they have to reboot their computer. It's like, are you kidding? If you can't handle rebooting your computer, like how are you going to deal with real problems in life? It's like, I'm not kidding. People get so butthurt. They get so upset rebooting the computer. It's like, save your work, save what you're doing, reboot it, and the world's a better place. I know it gets annoying. We just get over and done with. You can tell it's just because of my my office background that I've worked in office jobs where it's just like, are you kidding? It was a thing. It was just amazing to see people like make such a problem about it in an office job. But anyway, and socially too, socially in person, it's like, are you kidding me? Like, homegirl's gonna cry because she has to reboot a computer. Like, anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's keep going. I've got a couple more to cover. I'll get some good stuff. Are you on Twitter or Instagram? No, thanks, Joel. I got to get on Insta because I never liked it. I'm being honest. I never really liked Insta because of the way it was being used. I love the photography. I love that it encouraged photography. I mean it. I love that Instagram encourages people to get into photography. But I didn't like how it's being used. You know, people showing off and disingenuous and look at me, I'm another show off, and look at me, I'm faking it until I make it. And now you know I'm fake, so I'm not gonna make it. You know, I just got sick of that. And then now I've seen some cool people on Insta, meaning like more genuine people, and I'm seeing that it doesn't have to be that way. And also I love photography. So yeah, to answer your question, I should get on it, but I'm not. I'm not on Twitter or Insta. And also the same with Twitter, it's being used for flame wars. You know, people just attack each other. It's crazy. You put a post and people attack it, and it gets a bit silly. But again, I probably should have got into that too. Maybe I will. But for me, it's also about supporting a product. I don't feel that. I think it's kind of silly to get involved in a platform and not support that platform. So even if I got involved right now, made an account, I wouldn't support it. I wouldn't have the time. But definitely Insta for the photos, just because I love photography and photos. You know, just for fun, like amateur, just for fun. That's what I mean by I love that it brought back photography. It brought back, like, you don't have to be perfect. Just take a photo on your phone, put it on Insta, cool, and that's it. Like, it's fun. So yeah, once I kind of understood what the platform was and how people are using it and how to better use it, yeah, I got a bit more interested. But I didn't like the disingenuous thing going on, like people showing off so much and fronting. And anyway, so let's keep going. But yeah, thanks for the reminder, bro. Oh, sorry, Ninjaru, I missed your question, bro. Sorry, just ask it again. It happens, man. Because I'm flicking between screens. I'm looking through different comments. Just ask it again, bro. Don't get upset. Ninjaru, what happened, Ninjaru? Some guys got a different language. I think Korean or Chinese. I don't know. Oh, Ninja asked if I have a girlfriend. No, not at the moment. No. Oh, you missed it. No, because Ninja, we were talking about it. Dino asked, and I was just explaining how I'd been dating, but no, it hasn't worked out. And I'm happy because of that, meaning it was honest. I'm not joking, because at least it was honest, and we worked out it, you know, maybe not compatible at that time, or it wasn't, we didn't want to continue. At least we worked that out. And we weren't angry. That's how I know it was right. We weren't angry and, oh, I hate you and whatever. It was just like, no, look, this is what I want. This is what you want. It's not really coming together. And you need to do that more. All of us. You need to say what you want. Say what you want and ask the other person, what do you want? And try to work it out. Try to bring it together. You'd be surprised. I do that so much now in business with business partners or clients and customers. The ones who get it, we get the work done. Boom. Everyone makes money. Everyone does well. The ones who don't get it, send them on their merry way, because we're never going to finish the work. We'd never finish the project. They're just fronting to start with, you know. So, and that's okay. It just means maybe one day they'll come back when they're ready. You know, it just means they're not ready. So you see, whether in business or whether you're trying to build a close relationship, say what you want. Say what you want, and hopefully get them to say what they want. Like, ask them the same, and hopefully slowly bring it together. Try to work things out. Anyway, let's keep going. Rob saying, Rob Contra, it's all designed and geared for advertisers. Yes. We're talking about social media and Insta. Yeah, you get. Yeah, thank you, Rob. Thanks for helping me out. Yes, I couldn't articulate. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yep. The Indian gun lover. Hey man, like, yeah, I saw your comments before my other videos. Yeah, so the Indian gun lover. He has shooting sports. Obviously, he's into shooting sports. Hi, which is the best shooting range in Manila City where I can shoot different calibers of firearms? So I already answered your comment on the YouTube video. So that would be Makati, Manila, Makati Square Mall, and that has the Arms Corps in the basement. Arms Corps Makati shooting range. Yeah. Regarding other calibers and platforms, you might want to go to what's it called? Mountain Clark Firing Range. Mountain Clark Firing Range in Angeles City. I already replied you, bro. So if you look at the comments, I did reply your comments on that YouTube video. But you know, look, hey, look. While I got you here, I'll get it for you right now. Oh my goodness, because people might be wondering. So, bro. I thought I thought you replied me as well. I thought you got that one. Look, I'll post it. Mountain Clark. Angeles City. But I'll post it here just for convenience, and maybe other people are interested too. You know, you don't have to. I'm just saying that was the best one for me because it had long guns, long arms. You know, rifles, shotgun, whatever. You know, submachine guns and machine pistols. So if you're into that, yeah, they got it all. And for pistol shooting, Arms Corps Makati. I'm sure there's other ones, but the problem is some of them don't have a very good safety standard, or they don't have a very good variety. So I'm more than happy to check out other ones. If anyone sees, tell them to contact me or contact me. Tell me, I can check it out. So I was investigating. I was looking at some other ones, but they didn't seem reliable. They didn't reply. You know, I was trying to get in touch with them. They didn't reply. Yeah, so they seem very expensive or unreliable, and that's the thing. Meaning, it may not actually be a safe range, or may not be a working range. So they just maybe they sometimes even close down. Sometimes they're not even open anymore. So anyway, let's keep going. Yep. So Ninjaroo, I hope I answered your question. So Dino is saying, I just use the Windows security. Yes, absolutely. Because it's active security, but you got to turn it on. You'll see a shield symbol. If you go into the Windows menu, system menu, let me just check it. It's called, you know, the settings. So I'm using Windows 10. You'll see the settings. It looks like a cog or a gear. Click that, and you'll see the security symbol. As long as it's on, it'll have a shield with a tick on it. As long as the security is on, yeah, it's perfect. It's active. It's active security. It'll work. So, yeah, I mean, and that's good feedback for everyone because maybe there's other people interested in IT security. Yeah, so as long as that's on, it's like automatic. And as long as you run your updates, yeah, that's actually some of the best security you can have. It's free. It's because Windows was criticized so much. Microsoft was criticized for not having good security back in Windows XP. They finally invested like millions of dollars to develop their own better security. So good on them. Hey, they did that for free for us. You know. So yeah, absolutely. That's why the business world runs on Windows. I'm not joking, because it's better and it's very it's good for business. It's very versatile and flexible. Anyway, so let's keep going. React PT. How do we manually update manually? If please, technically challenge you. Okay, so what you can do is you can click on the Windows symbol. You know, it looks like a window. Click on that and type in UPD. Type in updates and it'll come up for you. Windows updates. So as you type it in, it'll search it for you. Or you click on the gear icon. It looks like a gear. You click on that and then look for the update icon and click on that and then go into that and say manually run. Like you have to say run. Like click it and then it will do it for you. Right? And if it's asking you questions, say yes. Like, do you want me to manually download this? Yes. If you're using an Apple, see, I'm not being prejudiced. If you're using an Apple, on the top left corner, you'll see an Apple symbol. Okay? So Windows is down the bottom. On Apple, it's up the top. Click on the Apple symbol, and you'll see a drop-down menu, and drop down until you see Apple Updates. Same thing, click Apple Updates. And Apple are very unstable. Okay? So it's very important with Apple too. Like on an Apple Mac, if you don't run the updates, they destabilize very quickly. So you have to buy another one. You see how they do it? You know, iPhone 1, iPhone 2, iPhone 3, same with their computers. If you don't run the updates, they will crash. They also overheat. So you can look at Linus Tech Tips. Linus Media Group did a video on Apple Mac computers and them overheating. So it was an independent investigation. And I didn't know this. That's what I mean. He did a recent video and yeah, Apple Macs overheat like crazy. They overheat like crazy. Like it does not make sense. But it's almost like they're designed to blow up, so that you have to buy another one. You know. So anyway, but look, they are good computers. Meaning, as long as you got an aircon unit, as long as you got a fan cooling it down, they are good computers. You know, and they are good phones. Just that they charge a lot of money here in Australia. They charge triple the price than US, double or triple the price. And as I said, they destabilize very quickly. So, yep, let's keep going. Good questions. I hope that answers you. So, React. Let me know if that helped. If it doesn't, you can also message me on my Facebook. I'm happy to help you or whatever. But yeah, work it out, man. Work it out. It's very important. Crazy Core W. Go to Pattaya. Good love in there. Hey, man. Yeah, why not? I'm not kidding. Because my ex, she was from Krabi. my ex-girl, I was dating, she was from, I think, Krabi. So we're talking about it. We're talking about, like, checking out some other areas and, Pattaya. Yeah, so Pattaya, Krabi. What's the other one? Yeah, Chiang Mai. I think Chiang Mai was another nice place, like, as in they're not too busy. I think they're getting busy now with tourists, but they're not too busy, but they're still nice. Anyway, Doyle is saying, I go to settings and you'll see the Windows Update screen tab. Yep. Thanks, Doyle. Thanks, man. That's good. You're sharing in the comments. So, Rob saying, what? Any recommendation on places to stay in Angeles besides Apollonia? Well, the other one across the road was, what is it, DM? I covered a DM or something. Let me just find it for you. DM resident across the road. Brass Knob. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one for you, brother. Let me just get that for you. That's it was only 1,000 pesos a night too. So that was actually very affordable. Yeah, I'll get that for you. Brass Knob, Angeles City. I'm not kidding. I know it's a funny name, Brass Knob Hotel. But yeah, that was good. That was good. I covered that. And my friends stayed there. Some friends stayed there. Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. It's a simple place, but it was affordable. It was fine. Yep, let's keep going. All great practical questions, guys. And I've got a couple more, but I might finish up soon. Okay, I could save them for another time. Yeah, I was just going to talk about technology a little bit more, but I can save that for another time. Yeah, yep, that sounds fine. It's been a great chat, guys. Been a great chat. Yeah, thanks, Rob. And thanks, Dino. So Walkabout Hotel, good for Aussie Hotel. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks, man. Did you actually stay there? I'm happy to hear your feedback. Walkabout, huh? Is that in Angeles or what? So, guys, just to let you know, I'm going to finish up soon. But yeah, if you got any questions, you want to share any more, go ahead. Go ahead, do it now, and we'll finish up soon. Right, Walkabout Hotel on Fields Avenue. Okay. Yeah, thanks for telling me, bro. I can at least check it out or Google it. And, yeah. Tell us about your experience there. Was it good or was it crap, or is it just a simple place? My Barong vape. This is a quit smoking product. So if you're a smoker, quit smoking, save your health. All right. This really helped me. It might help you, but yeah, it's just for quitting. It's just a vaporizer. And yeah, don't do it if you're not actually a smoker. I know guys doing it to try and show off and be cool. Don't do it. It's just a quit smoking product. So, and it is excellent for that purpose. It's just steam. It's just flavoring water. Yeah, I'll show you. This is an American company, Apollo. See how it's sitting up in camera. So yeah, Apollo. This is apple flavor. Let me just adjust my camera. Yeah. Come on, camera. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, it's this apple flavor. Just because some people are like, "What's in this thing? Like, why does he do this thing?" I got the G-Shock. Yeah, G-Shock action. Yeah. I've got to do a review on this thing, man. Seriously, it's a nice watch. Yeah. That is a nice watch, huh? Got the gold bezel on there. Yeah. I got to do a review on it. So that's another thing too. I've got some expensive watches. I'm not showing off, but I just tend to wear the G-Shock more now because it's practical. It's a tough watch. This was an experiment, meaning I was just trying it out, and it's a solar. It's working. I mean, it does work if it's in the sun or artificial light, like now. It charges off light. It's working. It had low battery, and then I was out walking on a hot sunny day, like training in summer. The summer sun, boom, recharged the battery. Like the power bar went up. Anyway, so yeah, cool stuff. I'm just sharing now. Just kicking back. So yeah, any last questions, guys? Anything last to share? Go ahead. Thank you everyone who joined us. Really appreciate it. It was great. I enjoy doing these, and it was great. I was just so keen to do a video and hear from you guys as well, and have the great chat. So what's he saying? Dino's saying 1,500 for that hotel. 1,500 pesos. Good food. Little pool at back. Oh, that's nice. Very clean. 10% off the price if you pay cash. Hey, I like it. Seriously, even just the pool when it's a hot day, you just go for a quick swim and yeah, just freshen up. It makes a difference, man. You know, you can just chill out in the pool, you know, when you're bored. Joel's saying, have a great day. I'm off to bed. Hey, thanks, Joel. Yeah, I realize time difference. Good night, mate. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Oh, Glenn Wheeler. Glenn, you finally joined us. Hey, awesome, Glenn. He's saying here late, but just checking in to say hi. Nice chatting with you on Facebook occasionally. Yeah, thanks, Glenn. I understand the time difference, yeah. But look, that was awesome. Thanks for joining us. You know, we're just kicking back now, chewing the fat. Mike Lee says thanks. Always fun and informative live stream. Hey, thanks, man. Mike, what happened to your cousin? Is he still playing with Gorilla Tape? Was that you? Was that you or someone else? And Mike, I think you mentioned the Canon. Look, I might as well talk about it. I was going to talk about it, whatever. I was going to talk about it anyway because we're still rolling. Were you talking about the Canon M50? Because I was looking at some videos. There's a guy called Potato Jet. Check out, he's a professional filmmaker. Potato Jet on YouTube. He made some professional videos with the Canon M50. So if you're into it, go watch his videos because he was showing how he uses it professionally. So that might help you. Guys, the news dropped, the coin dropped. There's 2 new cameras now, and they're calling them the vloggers cameras, right? The Canon PowerShot G7X Mark III, and then the Sony RX100 VII. See, this like a tongue twister. I'll do it separately. The G7X is meant to be US $750, and the Sony is $1,200. Now, put the brakes on. Both are excellent value. It's what I've been saying this whole video. Value. What do you gain by paying more? The Sony is $1,200. It costs more. You gain so much more value. It's got professional features. It's got a lot of nice features on it. Both are 4K. Both are 4K capable. The 4K on the Canon isn't that nice. The Sony has a very good autofocus, very good focus, very sharp. And then the Canon is a bit more affordable. Okay, so you lose some of those professional features, but some of you won't use them, or some people won't use them. So yeah, both excellent value, both great cameras. So I'm just waiting to see more reviews, see how it plays out. But yeah, so the G7X was already a popular vlogging camera, the Canon G7X. And now they've got the Mark III. We've been waiting like since 2016. 3 years. We've been waiting 3 years for Canon. So some reviewers and people were razzing on Canon. Rightly so. They deserve it because Canon are very slow. 3 years they tease us. Oh, we got a new model coming. We got a new model. 3 years later, for God's sake. But at least they did it. It does have 4K, which is not everything. A lot of the amateurs don't understand. Just because it has 4K doesn't make it better. Like, it's possible to have shit 4K. Like, yeah, it shoots 4K, but like shit. Like, it doesn't make a difference. Like, it's just, they put it in there just to sell the product. So people argue, oh, but my GoPro has 4K or my little action camera. Yeah, but it's not like high quality. It's 4K in size, but it's not using the same image sensor. It's not using the same lens. Look, you know what? I'll do a show and tell. I'll do it right now. Where's my action camera? Yep, I'll do it right now. See, I'm being for real. So you know what? We're going over the time. That's cool. This is great value. See, this is an action camera. This is a Sony action camera. Now, there's newer models that can shoot 4K. This shoots 1080. Okay? Look at it. Small. Look at the lens. The image sensor, it's small. It's cool. It's a great camera. It's cool. And as you can see, I use it for water, as an underwater camera and action, you know. Okay. It is not the same as this. Look at the lens. Very different lens. Very big, very different lens. Very different image sensor and computer chip, image processor. Totally different. So comparing a GoPro to a bigger camera with a dedicated, you know, big lens and big image sensor is not the same thing. You see? So people get very silly. So they think, oh, my GoPro does 4K. Yeah, but it does it like shit quality. And you have to edit the heck out of it. You've got to do manual color correction, color grading, which takes a lot of time. Even the pros pay someone to do color grading for them because it's so difficult and so time consuming. You see what I mean? So why not use a better camera? That's just my point. You know, it's not the same comparison. So yes, some cameras shoot 4K, but they don't shoot it very well. So anyway, so back to what I was saying. Both the Sony and the Canon shoot 4K. Both shoot them well. The Sony does it better, meaning the Sony has better autofocus, better professional features. And what I was just saying, some people want those features for the manual color correction, the what do you call it? Color grading. So it depends on the company, like Panasonic, Sony, Canon. Some call it S-Log or V-Log or L-Log. There's different types of ways to shoot. and it looks very gray. And you would think, why would they want to shoot a gray? It looks very gray, no color, because later they go in and manually add the color. But it's very difficult to do and very expensive. But the professionals like that because that way they can manually color grade and they can add whatever colors they want. So that's how those guys make GoPro look good. You know, whatever it is, GoPro, action camera, anything. It's crap, but they shoot flat gray and then they edit it and then add color and contrast and make it look professional. And that's why it looks so beautiful. But it takes a long time. It's very expensive. It's very difficult and very expensive to do. So don't get me wrong, the application for small cameras like this, just so I can demo it. Come on, camera. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. The application for these compact cameras is like putting it on your head, on your shoulder, skateboarding, you know, roller coaster, or going through the zip line. You know, it's cool. Action camera. Swimming, you know, that's the whole point. It's for action, and very versatile because it's so small. You could put it somewhere, and you know, like you might want to put it on the dashboard of a car, and you know, make dashboard videos and things like that. Yeah, so they're cool, but understand what it is. You know, don't expect a GoPro to be a DSLR or a professional grade video camera. You know? So yeah, let's keep going. But yeah, Mike, was it you? But the reason why I mentioned that Potato Jet is very good. He's a very good professional filmmaker, and at least he honored it. He explained everything. Like, this is the adapter I use. This is how I made it. This is how I edited it. Oh man, when he uses the M50, I was like, that is pro. But I'm not as good as him, you know. So one day I hope I can learn and be better. But yeah, but that's at least a good reviewer because he explained it. He explained how he did it. Yeah, Mike, that's cool, man. Mike was actually asking about the G7X Mark II, and then we ended up talking about the M50. Yeah. So the M2, the G7X Mark II is also excellent. So like what I was just blabbing on about, if you're not going to use 4K, if you're not going to edit 4K, if you don't really know about that stuff, just get the 1080p. It's still high definition, man. It's still nice. It's still schmick. So that's also another option. Canon want to keep the Mark II to keep the product line, you know, to keep the Mark II, Mark III. So if you just want the high definition 1080p, which is still excellent, great lens. It's about, that's what I'm doing. It's about this size. I've actually held one in my hand. It's about this size. Just to demo it for you guys. Right, it's about that big. Yeah. This is the SX720. I've done some videos with this. I use this for season 4. Right. So just to give you an idea, it is a hefty palm size. It is a hefty palm size. And even when I wore it on a holster on my hip, it was very annoying. Like, people saw the bulge and they thought it was a gun. They go, is this guy carrying a gun or something? But it's fine. You might have a bigger stature, a bigger body shape. It might fit your hand smaller because maybe you got big hands. But yeah, I've got medium-sized hands. I usually wear medium-sized gloves to give you an idea. Men's gloves or small men's gloves. But anyway, yeah. So the G7 is a bit thicker. Just give you guys, the G7X is a bit thicker. So imagine that in my hand. It's actually a bit thicker. But think about it. For that package, the quality, excellent. Same with the Sony. Excuse me. The Sony is about this size too. For that package, wow, man, powerhouse. So, excuse me. Excuse me. So yeah, for those packages, wow, right. And then here's my G9. My G9X, not my Glock 9. Get a G9, my Glock 9, and my G9 Canon. So this is, again, outstanding. Look at this. Look at that. I can just about wrap my whole hand around it. Look at it. It's compact. Great camera. Again, very versatile. Very versatile, you know. Because I can put this in a pocket, in my shirt, in my jacket, on my hip, in a holster. I can wrap my whole hand around it. I hated this thing when I bought it. It had so many issues. It had so many focusing issues. This is the Mark 1, G9X Mark 1. And Canon admitted to it. They admitted they actually released it with those issues. So they made a Mark 2 like 6 months later, which is impossible. Meaning they just released it and then they released another one 6 months later. It shows you the first one was a flop. But I bought it. That's why I was a bit ticked off. It has served me very well. I was forced to get used to it traveling with it. And now I love it. And this is the one I nearly broke in Coron. When I fell in Coron in the rock pool, I damaged it. You can see some scratches. Let's see if it turns up on camera. See those scratches on the lens there? Here? See those scratches? Those are scratches from the rock pool. So what happened was I fell, and I hit it on rocks like this. I thought I actually destroyed the camera. I dragged it down these rocks, and it still worked. It's still recording, and I was like, "Are you serious?" And I'm in a rock pool. I'm in water like this, and I thought again I got water on it. I was like, "Oh my god, my camera!" And I turned it off, got out of the water, injured, bleeding. I was all shredded because I fell on these sharp rocks, and then it still worked. So that's what got me. The lens was a bit crooked. I literally pushed it back in, like it was actually cockeyed. It was a bit and I just pushed it back, working. So that's why I thought I broke it. I actually kind of broke the lens, and I just pushed it back, and then it just started working again. I was like, "Are you serious?" So that is actually a big selling point of Canon. They do make very tough, robust cameras. They're not perfect. They do break, but they do make very robust cameras. They're simple, robust. The Sony, again, they make very advanced professional cameras, but they are known for kind of being a bit sensitive. They do break. Like, how can I say it? They're known for being a bit fragile. They're not bad. They're not bad by any means. It's just that you got to be that extra bit more careful. But they often have very professional features. The only problem is also they can be very confusing to use, very confusing menus. So again, don't confuse it. Imagine I had those two cameras, the G7X Mark III and the new Sony RX100 Mark VII. Both great cameras, both great value. But one has got professional features and the other one less of those features, but both excellent. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with either one. So yeah, that was funny because we've been waiting for the Canon for 3 years since 2016, and finally they brought it out. So we're like, oh, what the heck? And I think it's because Sony, they were competing. Sony and Canon were trying to outdo each other. But yeah, so don't. This is some of the best advice I got. Don't compare them. Like don't compare them adversarially. They're two totally different cameras. One is for the professional style user, and one is for the more vlogger or whatever. So whichever one you get is excellent. It's just it's two totally different approaches. They even have different lenses. You see what I mean? They even have different types of lenses. So it's not fair to compare them. It's not the same type of cam. Anyway, let's keep going. Mike saying he just saw a video of the Nikon P900 zoom. Yeah. I saw a demo. I saw some demonstrations. I went, whoa, that is, yeah, it is incredible. Glenn Wheeler saying there's a new Filipino restaurant that opened a few blocks from my home, but I haven't tried it yet. What's your favorite Filipino dish? Pooh, that's a good one. Because I might not get the pronunciation right. And because there's so many different ways to do it. So I love, of course, the lechon, the roast pork with the crispy skin. So the roast pork. What's another good one? Lumpia. Lumpia is like spring rolls. What's a good one? I know this is going to sound funny. I love the kalamungay, the malunggay or moringa. So tinola manok. Tinola manok is like chicken soup. They chop up the chicken pieces. They boil it up together with malunggay leaves or moringa leaves. So I actually like that. But there's another one with mung bean. I think they call it bong bong. Anyway, I like those types of dishes. That's a very Filipino type thing, but I like it. And highly nutritious. So if you want, Glenn, I actually made a video in Cebu City, covering some of those dishes I just mentioned. But no, there's got to be another one. What's another one? I like them all. And beef caldereta. Beef caldereta is really nice. It's like a beef stew with a tomato sauce. That's really nice. Gosh, you got me thinking now. I've had some really nice barbecue ribs, like Filipino ones, but I guess that's barbecue ribs. Yeah, gosh, you know, I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I'm gonna have to send you a link to a video or something, Glenn, or you can watch my food videos again. Yeah, what's a favorite one though? Because lumpia is spring rolls. They're delicious, like pork spring rolls, or it's pork meat inside mincemeat, or even beef or chicken. But Yeah. Yeah. You got me now. I'm gonna have to think. I'm gonna have to think about a favorite one, but in general, I don't really like it. I was gonna say spaghetti, but spaghetti's Italian, but the Filipinos act like they invented spaghetti. Seriously, Jollibee has spaghetti, McDonald's has spaghetti, very popular. I like spaghetti too, but it's actually the Chinese invented noodles. So they get a bit upset. Oh no, Italians invented spaghetti. No, the Chinese did. It's all made in China. Everything is made in China. But anyway, joking. All right, relax. Let's keep going. Yeah, so I mean, go ahead and try that restaurant, Glenn. My local one closed down. I actually had a really nice local Filipino restaurant, delicious food. I even made a video about it, and it closed down. I think the landlord, they were charging him too much rent, or something went wrong, and they went, "No, look, it's all too much," and it's a common problem. The landlord got greedy. He's charging too much rent. So anyway, yeah, so it's a shame. My local closed down. They had delicious food. Anyway, Rob saying, "Have you tried Paksiu na lechon?" Well, I'm not sure. Paksiu na lechon. What type of lechon? Because lechon means roast. So let's see. Let me check. I'm just checking it. What is it, brother? It's like a pork stew? What is it? I'm not sure what it is. Is that just like lechon with a gravy? Like is this got a sauce, like a barbecue sauce or a gravy on it? Or? I'm not sure what it is. Anyway. But yeah, lechon means roast. So lechon baboy, roast pig. And I guess you could say lechon manok is like roast chicken, but they actually say liempo. I think liempo chicken is like roast chicken. So yeah. Okay, so do you follow David? Hello, David Pacton. Welcome. You're saying, do you follow any other Australian bloggers? Not really, brother. Not really. Not because I don't want to. It's just I'm busy. And like some have gotten in touch just to say hello, like just to be friendly, and I'm happy to be friends with them. You just say hello. But I don't really follow that. No, not really. But yeah, I'm not against them. I just don't know that many. And I did contact one. She's actually American. So she's actually American who moved to Australia, and she's been vlogging. But she didn't reply. So I just contacted her to say, I gave her some tips because her videos were having problems. See me? So I gave her some tips on cameras and that. And I was saying there's some things you can do to clean up your videos a bit more. She never replied. So I was just being nice to her. And, I think maybe just a bit of a show off, faking it as usual. But she was one of those fitness girls, booty girls. She does the fitness videos and showing off her booty and all that stuff. Whatever. So anyway, let's keep going. But yeah, to answer your question, not really, brother. Not really. The ones I follow, you're probably judgmental or whatever, but I follow technology channels, as you can tell, music channels, listening to music and shooting sports. Again, I know it's not for everyone, but I follow a lot of shooting sports and stuff like that. So, that's why I also started to cover it more on my channel. And that's part of the travel too. It's just part of the adventures, the activities when you're traveling. You can do different activities, whether it's island hopping or the shooting range or whatever. Bubba, what's going on with you, brother? You keep retracting comments. Bubba's having a second thought. Ilo is saying, yeah, I was just going to use my GoPro to just make vlogs, nothing major. I just need to find a decent laptop. Yeah, exactly, brother. Like, don't get me wrong. I wasn't razzing on GoPro or action cameras. Okay, I promise I wasn't razzing. It's that you just need to use what works. And I'm not being like silly. You just need to use what works. So I've seen guys do amazing things. They've gotten the GoPro and done amazing things, but they've done very heavy editing. So that's why I was like, no way a GoPro looks like that. Well, it doesn't. They just did some editing, but professional, yeah, and if you're looking for you just need to find a decent laptop. Yeah, bro, there's so many. You can find great laptops under $1,000. We were just talking about that earlier. You might want to look at a Ryzen based, an AMD Ryzen based laptop or not. But yeah, you can certainly shop around and get some good deals. So there's even a Dell. If you want, I can send you a link. But there's even, I'm not sure where you are. Maybe if you're in America, I think you said Hawaii or America. there's a really good Dell Inspiron laptop that's always been a popular product line. So my very first laptop was a Dell Inspiron. But the point is, they're still a very nice, affordable laptop. What else? I like Huawei. I'm not afraid of Huawei, however you like to pronounce it. Huawei, the MateBook D is a very good, affordable one too, with the AMD processor. But they also have Intel-based ones. What's another good one? HP have had a lot of quality control recently. HP used to be great, but I've heard they're having quality control issues and they're very expensive for what they are. Asus is good, but Asus could be a bit more expensive, but they are good quality. Yeah, so shop around. Look, see, I'm getting distracted. Shop around, but Dell is still a very good manufacturer. You know, affordable, run of the mill, gets it done. And yeah, if you're interested, man, you know, send me a message on Facebook, on my Facebook page. I'll send you the links to what I'm talking about to give you some ideas. Okay. Yeah, Ila is saying Sony cameras are flimsy. I agree. There's something about them. It's like they don't inspire confidence. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're very high tech, but it's almost like, yeah, they're flimsy. It's almost like how can I say? It's almost like they feel like they're gonna, like if you drop it, it would break. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But look, they do make very good cameras. They're just they are quite complicated to get used to. The menus aren't necessarily complicated. Yeah, and they can feel a bit kind of flimsy, but they do make excellent tech. Like in regards to the quality, if you're using it for a professional style work, yeah. If you know how to do all the editing and set them up right, yeah, they're very good. Well, yeah, I mean, all the rest are Japanese. You've got Canon's Japanese. You've got Nikon, Panasonic, Olympus. These are all good companies. Yeah, so yeah, shop around, brother. Bak choy. What's bak choy? Is that the guts? Is that like a blood soup? Is that what? Or pak lai? Pak lai is the gizzards. I've had pak lai. Bak choy. What's? Bro, I don't know what you're talking about. Bak choy, bak choy. Or noodle soup. Bak choy is noodle soup. Okay, probably not what you're thinking. I've had noodle soup, but maybe not this exact dish. With pork crackling and yeah, I've had something very similar, but it wasn't that exact dish. It was actually in another country, you know, like Vietnam or Malaysia. Yeah, I've had different noodle soups, very similar. Yeah, but yeah, I love a good noodle soup with some pork crackling on there, and yeah, that'd be delicious. Balut, no, Paul, no, bleh, bleh. No. I actually have a balut video. It's actually my first. That's actually what happened. I recorded this guy eating balut in Australia, and it was a challenge, you know. So we recorded it, and then he wanted to see it again later, so I uploaded it to YouTube, and that's how the channel started. You know, just as a hobby, just for fun. So yeah, but no, I don't plan on doing it ever again. It's stank, and nasty. No, not for me. Duck fetus or duck fetus. No, balut. No way, man. Yeah. Glenn Wheeler saying he just had spaghetti the other night. Yeah, man, spaghetti's awesome. Love spaghetti. And it's great. It's a great one for bachelors too, because you can start off just with the noodles. You boil up the noodles, and then you got your tomato sauce. Like you can buy the sauce or cream sauce, whatever. That's it. And you mix it together, and that's it. And then as you get better, you can add meat and onions and garlic and seasoning and herbs and spices. So yeah, it's a great one for bachelors too. Great way to start if you want to learn how to cook. Doyle saying Pinay is my favorite food. I'm glad someone said. Who was that? I just exploded. Who said that? Doyle. Thanks, Doyle. Thanks, man. I needed a good laugh. Thanks, man. That was awesome. Doyle just one laugh of the day. Doyle just made me laugh. Grame is too much. Doyle is too much. Oh my goodness. Pinoy is the favorite food. Correct. Sakto. Correct. Well, I said that to a girl the other day. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna eat you," and she laughed. She was like, what do you mean? I said, oh, I'm vampire. I'll drink your blood and live forever. And she goes, oh, is it romantic like Twilight? I said, no, I'll just drink your blood and you'll die. And she goes, oh, that's not fun. She's like, oh, that's not fun. But yeah. So I've dropped the line too. I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat you here, eat you. They like it. They laugh. They laughed. They go, hee hee. Anyway, so let's keep going. I'm gonna finish off soon, guys. And that was awesome. Thanks, Doyle. Thanks, mate. I needed a good laugh. That was a good one. That was what do you want to call it? That was a joke of the day. Yeah, joke of the day. You vape? Yeah, man. I vape. I vape. I used to be a chain smoker, so this really helped my health. The cigarettes. I actually looked old. I looked much older when I was smoking cigarettes, so now I quit smoking. Yeah, that's why I look so, vampire. No more aging for me. So anyway, he's saying, actually, I'm just using a GoPro. Yeah, bro, nothing wrong with GoPro. Don't worry. It's a good cam. You got to take care of it. Sometimes it needs new batteries. Sometimes it needs a software update, firmware update. But yeah, that's normal. It's normal. And yeah, do your thing, bro. But choy is like the Filipino version of ramen. Yes, like real ramen, not the instant noodles, the fresh ramen noodles. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Where have I seen that? I'm sure I walked past the restaurant. I saw it, but yeah. Yeah, no, very nice. Very nice. The noodle soups like that. And that's the proper, real, fresh noodles. Yeah. Not the instant ones. Now, Rob, you made a good point. Balut is actually clean because it's contained, just like an egg. Yeah, I know. I'm being silly. It's the same as a boiled egg. A boiled egg is boiled. It's clean. It's contained. Yeah, it's not a problem. But I think the vinegar helps. The vinegar helps break it down. You put some vinegar, salt and vinegar. Kevin Lawrence, what's a reasonable place to stay in Cebu? I would recommend St. Mark for the quality. St. Mark Hotel for the quality. I'll send you a link now. But if you want something cheaper, you got Casa Rosario just up the street. They're literally on the same area. So I'll send you the links now. Yeah, both are good. Both are very clean, nice. Both had working internet. I'm going to be honest. I didn't get to use the internet much at St. Mark, but it's on the same street, so meaning it's most likely the same speed. And they both had fast internet, like 16 megabits per second download speed. They're both in the Mango Square area too. They're in like that central area. All right. So St. Mark Hotel is very clean, very nice. And then the other one would be Casa Rosario. I'll just get that for you, brother. They're on the same street. Okay, but Casa Rosario is much cheaper. So Casa Rosario was 1,000 pesos a night, I think. 1,000 pesos a night. And I think St. Mark was more, maybe $40. We got a sale. I think it was US $35 or $40 a night. Usually they charge about $50 a night, but very high quality. Very high quality. Like, they got beautiful rooms, modern, with internet, everything. Professional staff in uniforms, everything. It makes a difference. You know what I mean? Like the way they behave as well. Yeah, the staff were very friendly, very nice. Like they helped us find the ferry times. Like we were like, how do you get a ferry to Bohol? They said, wait, let us download it. They downloaded it from like some ferry website. We didn't know. They printed it, gave it to us. Oh, cool. See, like the customer service was there, and that was it. And then they recommended getting the fast ferry. Always get the fast ferry. All right, just pay the extra $2, whatever it is. Just get the fast ferry because otherwise you'll be stuck on a boat. And those slow ones can sometimes sink or capsize or have problems, So yeah, I hope that helps, Kevin. And thanks for joining us. So we're going to finish up now, guys. We've been going for a while. We'll finish up. How about a place to stay in Boracay? I stayed in, I'm not sure if they're open anymore. You can watch the video, but I stayed in, what was it called? Boracay Plaza? Boracay Plaza. I'll find that for you. It wasn't very good. I'm being honest with you, okay? Don't think it was good. It wasn't very good, but I'm just saying where I stayed. Boracay Plaza Hotel. I was on the bottom floor though, and the bottom floor was noisy. All the partying, like they had the stereo going all the time. The higher floors were much nicer. The couples were telling me, other couples I met. So it's not the worst, but it's not the best. And I wouldn't go back to Boracay in general, man. So yeah, like go have the experience. I'm not raising. If you really want to go there, go there. Because some people get upset when I tell them the truth, but for me, truthfully, I wouldn't waste my money. I'd rather go to Thailand at that point. Because it's so expensive, it's a tourist trap. They charge extra for everything because you're a tourist. So it's now it's not the Boracay it used to be. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it was much cleaner and the prices weren't so high. Now the prices are just ridiculous. You might as well, they're charging the same price as Australia or something like that. So. Yeah, but not to crush your hopes and dreams. Just being honest. But yeah, if you want to go there, shop around, man. Shop around. There's a lot of nice places, very, very nice. So luxury resorts, and there's also affordable backpacker places too. So it doesn't always have to be expensive. Who was asking that? I want to Nilos. Hey, Brendan, what is a good budget for Philippines 3-week vacation? A lot of excursions, visit fine restaurants, and stay in 4-star hotels. Maybe $3,000, $3,000. You could do all that. Many nice hotels, good activities. Lots of things to do. Yeah, maybe $3,000, but it depends on you and your standard. So to answer your question, yeah, about US $2,000 to $3,000, you'd probably need $3,000. But it depends on your standard. You might find some great deals, and you might find some, shop around for online sales and things like that. And contact them directly. That's a good one too. Usually, email is the most practical, but they may not reply. So to give you an example, I was looking at hotels online, but I emailed the hotel directly. Contacted them on their website or their direct email, and they offered a further discount for going direct. So there's another one too. Sometimes it's small, $2, or sometimes it's significant. Sometimes it's $10 or $20. So yeah, it's worth checking sometimes. And also sometimes broker points. You might want to use your own broker because you get points and you get a free hotel stay. This different ways to do it. Just depends on your standard and your style. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, Nilo. Paul saying you on the search for a nice Pinay when you go to Philippines next. Yeah, sure. Always, Paul. Always. But honest people are hard to find, regardless of whether you're in Australia or Philippines or male or female. Honest people are hard to find, and I'm not razzing. It's just like what I was saying. Whether the personalities connect and gel, whether people can be honest with each other is another story. Some people like the bullshit. Okay, let's keep going. Glenn says, you look old, all right, about 28 maybe a lot. Thanks, Glenn. Okay. Yeah, this guy said this to me in the grocery store. I was in the grocery store. You're lining up to buy groceries, and he said, I looked about 25, and I went, okay, cool, thanks, man. And because we're talking in the line, as we're lining up to pay for our stuff, and then he was like, you look about 25, and I was like, okay, so what? He goes, as we're talking, he's like, but you talk like you're older. And I went, why I am, ha ha ha, vampire, ha ha ha. Anyway, so look, guys, okay, let's finish up. Rob Contra says, how about place to stay in Boracay? Yep. Oh, okay, so that's what I was looking for, Rob. Okay, cool, Rob. Ilo says, a boiled egg that looks back at you. Yeah, balut is a boiled egg that looks at you. Yeah, exactly. Nasty. But anyway, Carl Winston, sorry if this question has already been asked. I just shut up. Why are you wearing a barong? Oh, I like it. Yeah, no, no one really asked it. I like it. I like wearing it because it's nice. I want to wear it, and it looks cool. We did the Philippine news earlier. Carl Winston, we're talking about the Philippine news, and then we just covered the comments, everyone chatting away, and then we did a bit of technology updates. And we just talked a little bit about computers and cameras and stuff. But I like it. Seriously, I like it. I put in the effort, and I'm even wearing my G-Shock. Yeah, take that, Carl Winston. Yeah, and quit smoking product. Just joking. All right, guys, so let's finish up. Any last calls? Okay, we're going to finish up. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell too. If you want to get notified, that has been an ongoing problem. Go ahead and check out the Facebook page. Do I need to share that link again? Or most of you probably saw the link on Facebook anyway. Yeah, and that way it's easier to keep in touch. And as always, thanks for watching. Great stream, guys. Great show. Yep, thanks, Doyle. And thanks for the laugh, Doyle. That was a great joke, man. That was great. I really needed to have a laugh, as you can tell. I've been so serious. I've been busy working so much. That was a good laugh. Carl saying it's good. Yeah, thanks, bro. Okay. Good night. Good night if you're in USA as well. So good night, guys. And good night, Glenn. It was good to hear from you, Glenn. All right. Oh, Dino? Is Dino still around? Thanks for joining us, everyone. So, Dino, if you're around, yep, thanks for joining us. All right, that's it. No more. I thought maybe some people might have some last questions. Okay, awesome. Thank you, guys. Good night. What's happened? Something's going on here, guys. It's not turning off. It's getting all screwy. Okay, I guess we're still going. Seriously, like I was like, it's not turning off. Something's happened with the platform, guys. I think something's stuffed up. What the heck? What the heck? Yeah, something's going on with the platform, man. All right.